Well, hello and welcome everybody to this, our first ever live one shot Effervescent Illuminations. Say hello, ladies and gentledice. Hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. The storyteller, am very nervous. So I can only imagine how my poor players are feeling. Anyway, Chris, you have stuff to say, I believe.
Hey, folks. You're watching Ladies and Gentledice. It's a special World of Darkness edition. If you're just joining us, you can catch up on our YouTube channels, Ladies and Gentledice. We upload new episodes for our normal campaign on Monday mornings, as well as our new episodes premiere on Twitch every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Reruns, our latest episodes aired on Twitch every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Keep up with our shenanigans on Twitter, at Gentledice, or Ladies and Gentledice on Instagram. You can come join us on Discord. The invite is in our link tree. Linktree EE Gentle Dice, you know the spiel, which is probably in chat someplace. And if you didn't catch all that, don't worry, we'll say it all again soon. But let's have fun with our first ever live show, Effervescent Illumination, which I know I said that first word wrong, which is today. So welcome to the world of darkness.
Thank you so much, Chris. Normally there would be an opening here, but I have been so anxious and nervous about doing this that I forgot to even make one. And just thought of it now. So instead of an opening, we're just gonna do a doodle-doo and get started. So, echoing clicks accompany your footsteps on pavement as you approach. The night is dark and the moon is high, the light easily overpowered by the green and red neon snake flickering above you, hinting you to where you are. The serpent, made of light with its bright red eye, gazes down at you. And despite the simplistic image, it looks hungry, famished at the sight of 4 ripe bodies approaching its threshold. You think about how you got here, try to recollect, but nothing comes to mind as you stop in front of a woman standing guard at the entrance to the Serpent's Take. And this is where we're starting. You guys are now standing at the doorway to the Serpent's Take, a club that you all know of, a rather seedy club that you all know of, whether publicly or privately. The woman standing guard outside wears a red bandana and a jean vest, and she smiles, friendly, and looks at all of you. Hey, what's up? You got ID? Need ID to get in.
Yeah, I'm in back.
Oh,
I got
Winnie.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, hold on. Reach in my bag and start fishing around.
Okay, you don't need ID. We know who you are. You fucking work here.
Yeah.
The rest of you, though.
Here's mine.
Thank you. Okay, Will, I love your name. There you go.
Here.
Thank you. Rowan, perfect. Thank you. And
Opening a little red cube little purse thing and pull out my ID. And
I love
hand
your
it.
purse.
Thank you.
Jennifer, thank you. Your names sound super familiar. Are you all here to see Eudora? Is that what you're here for? You might, yeah. You know what? You guys probably don't even remember coming here. It's totally fine. Just follow me, and I'll lead you to the back to where you're supposed to go. At least, hopefully. Anyway, turning her back on all of you, she opens the door. and inside, music just immediately just kind of bleeds into your head. Heavy bass, but sensual tones all around you. And despite, the green and red neon of the sign outside, everything here is lit by this dark red glow. And you see people of all kinds here. You see people in masks being led on leashes. You see people in leather. You see people wearing nothing at all, actually. It is quite the sight, to say the least. However, the woman that beckoned you inside leads you past this room and to a black padded door behind a stage. And upon opening it, you walk in. So how are you all feeling right now? Also, why don't you guys take turns introducing who you are? Like, who are you and how are you feeling right now, having entered this kink establishment, not knowing why? You might be familiar with it, but you don't know why you're here now. You don't remember coming here. You just remember ending up with these 3 other people in front of the door 10 minutes ago. So, we'll start with you. How do you first describe yourself, and tell me how you feel right now.
I'm Will, and can I smoke in here?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I'm used to this. Yeah.
Okay. Rowan?
Well, I'm Rowan, and not super jazzed about not remembering how I got here, but I've been here before, so it's a little weird. Mostly taking notes on, like, how this happened and if I can figure out what happened, because there's a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, lots of weird stuff. Makes sense. Winifred, how are you feeling?
Well, I work here, so I'm kind of used to it. I'm usually a bartender in the back. Sometimes I'll serve food if it's necessary. Doesn't happen that often. But like this happens to me all the time. Kind of lose like sections of my memory. So I'm kind of used to this, especially working here. Although I don't know why I was picked to go see Udella. That makes me a little nervous. So I'm kind of like standing in the back of the group, like sheepishly, even though I work here. Yeah.
Okay. And Jennifer?
Standing with purpose. Not entirely sure how I ended up here, so slightly confused in that manner. But Eudora, I know something's up, so I'm here to do what needs to be done.
Perfect. So you enter the back room. It still it has that same deep red glow as the rest of the club, but the steady thump of music from outside has been muffled with the door closed. Another woman lounges in a plush armchair. Your host, your debtor, Eudora Humble. She smiles and gestures to the matching couch in front of her. Between the couch and the armchair she is currently sitting in is a low-sitting coffee table, and equidistant from each other on this coffee table are 4 neatly wrapped boxes with emerald ribbons carefully placed on it. They're very pretty. Well, hello, Eudora says. Puppy, good to see you. And the rest of you, it's fine. So, I see that you're here as you are supposed to be. Perfect. I have decided, well, each of you, of course, owes me something. I've done something very nice for each of you in recent history or something like that. And I don't remember. Anyway, I'm here to collect today. I have a job for all of you. And if you don't mind sitting down, I'm more than happy to explain to you what it is.
I'll immediately sit down.
I'll
She
immediately
gives
sit as well.
Immediately just kind of sit and draw my knees up to my chest.
Jennifer doesn't immediately sit.
No, Jennifer will. She knows why she's here.
Perfect. Eudora has a smug look on her face as each of you immediately sits down and shuts the fuck up. She loves it. Perfect. So, as I've said before, I have a job for all of you. There's something that I want. Something that has been difficult, to say the least, for me and any of my regular associates to get. So I have called each of you in because you are not my normal associates. And I feel you are all smart, capable people or something. And you are more than capable and willing. You will be willing to get it for me. The item in question, she holds her hand out, and a person you didn't notice before hands her a manila envelope. And she takes out a picture and places it on the coffee table. It is a picture of a crystal ball. I want this, and you're going to get it for me.
I mean, we can just go to the shop on the other end of town and buy you one.
You see, the thing is, I don't want any of that cheap fake shit. And honestly, I'm offended that you would even presume to think that I would want something so trivial. No, I want this crystal ball. And you are all going to get it for me. Tonight, actually. I forgot to mention that. You're going to get it tonight. And if you don't, well...
I take it you have an idea of where it's at?
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Like, do you know where we can find this crystal ball?
Me, personally, no. But I do have an associate that is more than willing to give you all of that information. So, do you accept, or...
I don't think there's much choice, right?
Yeah. All I can say.
I'm going to work for you. So, like, if you say I got to go do something, I'm going to go do it.
Thank you so much.
You know I'd do anything for you.
I do know, puppy. You do anything for me, and I love that. You are all, I have to say, you must be my favorite group of little lambs that I have ever had. So, well, perfect. I am glad that you've all, agreed to this job that you must perform, or else. I do, and, because I am benevolent, and I do know that I am interrupting your lives, of which I assume you each have many complicated things going on or something. I actually don't care. But anyway, for your time, I have given each of you a gift. And she gestures to the four gift boxes. And she looks at each of you expectantly.
Do they have our names on them?
They do not have your names on them, but each one is sitting in front of you neatly.
I guess I'll just grab the one in front of me.
Okay. Winifred, I assume you're going to open yours first since you mentioned it first.
Yeah. I mean, she said it was for me, right? And
Yeah.
she's been nice to me since I started working here, so I mean, it can't be all that bad, right?
Of course. So
Yeah, I'll open it. I'll take the pretty emerald ribbon off and go, oh, this is real nice. That could go in my hair. I'll put it in my pocket. Keep that ribbon for later.
You put it in your pocket and you open the cardboard top of the gift, and a heart greets you, silent and unbeating.
Wait, is it a real heart? Like an anatomical heart?
Yes, it is a meat heart.
I dropped the box.
It looks
I will grab mine and rip it open, like unceremoniously.
okay. Rowan, you grab yours. You just fucking tear it open. One ear is awaiting you, smoothly cut and somehow delicate. You see a neat little piercing in the lobe and wonder what kind of jewelry you used to call it home. Who else would like to open theirs next?
With that, I'll go and just grab mine, expecting some sort of limb.
Okay. You open yours up, and your eyes are beckoned toward a finger lying alone in the golden silk padding the gift box, isolated from its 9 peers.
Wonderful.
As I slowly go to open up mine, you said these are gifts.
Yes?
You don't give gifts
Well,
without expecting something in return.
well, I suppose they're less gifts and more incentive is probably a better term for that. Do you open yours?
Whose heart is in my box?
Yeah.
I'm going to give Teebs their gift first, and then I will answer your question. So, Will, you open yours, and a dull blue eye stares back at you. Though not attached to anything else except for the tail of its optic nerve, you can't shake the feeling that it's still watching you somehow. And Eudora smiles sweetly to Winifred and says, someone that became a bother, that didn't want to... Well, yours is someone that became a bother, I think, and that I didn't want to deal with. She points at Will. Yours came from someone that knew something I didn't want anyone to know about. And Rowan, yours came from somebody that I generally didn't like. And Jennifer, I don't remember who yours came from at all.
Does it seem to be like a male or female finger? Just out of curiosity.
You can't necessarily tell because it's a little decomposed. However, it's not
Okay.
manicured or anything like that, and it is kind of squat.
Okay.
I'm just honestly kind of using my pen to poke the ear around and see if there's anything else in the box.
That's it. That's all. Just your respective body parts, just sitting neatly in silk boxes. And Eudora grins at you. Now that we have that out of the way, I can give you actual things that will be useful to you. Besides, incentive to do whatever it is that I want, because, you will definitely become a piece in a box for the next group of people if you A, don't succeed, or B, don't do what I want. But I'm charitable. I'm aware of, I'm aware that I can't just ask you to pull a heist one night and just, just in one night, just not prepared at all. So, my associate, she gestures toward the woman that led you in from the club, is going to first take you to my armory. And there you will be able to pick up whatever items you feel as though you may need. And then you will leave my establishment and go across the street. There's a van waiting for you where another one of my associates will give you the intel or whatever you need to actually pull the job off. Does that sound amenable to each of you?
Are we keeping these boxes?
I don't want mine.
No.
Well, if you don't want to keep yours, you can feel free to leave it on the table. I'll make someone clean it up. She looks at Will. And, but if you want to keep it, feel free to do so.
I gently place my box on top of the table.
What was that, Teeps? I can't hear you right now.
I am dangling my eyeball, just kind of looking at it before I put it back in the box and slide it.
I'm gonna grab Jennifer's box and wrap it back up.
Yeah. Have at it.
Eudora
Friends.
She doesn't give a shit what you guys do with these things. And she looks at Will. For anyone that doesn't want to keep their box, if you could just dispose of it somehow.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you, puppy. And with that, the woman from the front of the bar holds her thumbs up to you guys and is just like, all right, so yeah, time for shopping. That's a lot more fun, I think, than what just happened here. And she gestures toward another door that is in the back room already with you. Opening that up, you are greeted by factory lights. Like, you are well out of the main club area now. And she leads you guys down a long hallway and stops in front of an unpainted and unremarkable door. And opening it, you are greeted with a room with a ton of shit in it. Just a ton of shit of all kinds. You see weapons, you see clothes, you see first aid kits, you see just this amalgam of random shit, just neatly organized everywhere. And the woman says, yeah, take whatever you want, whatever you think is going to be useful, I guess. And good luck on getting the thing that Miss Humble wants from you. Don't fail her or else. And she looks at Winifred and is just like, I really hope you get it. You're great to work with. Anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Bye, have fun, she says, and kind of hurries out of the room. So you guys,
I guess I'm just gonna get this train going. I'm gonna start looking for things that I think might be helpful during a heist.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna grab a flashlight, first aid kit, pepper spray, a multi-tool. You never know what you could use a multi-tool for. A crowbar, a knife, and I'm assuming I get to keep my cell phone.
Yes, you can keep your cell phone. Everybody can keep their cell phone.
Perfect. That's what I'm grabbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looting through stuff and I am gonna take some brass knuckles, a digital recorder, a GPS tracker, a lockpicking kit, and also gonna grab a multi-tool. They're
Okay.
pretty handy.
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
I'm grabbing a laptop, key logging software, talcum powder, and a multi-tool.
Everybody's got multi-tools. We got some fucking MacGyvers up in here.
My eyes kind of land on the brass knuckles, and Jennifer's going to go ahead and grab a set of those, and then as well as a multi-tool, ultraviolet ink, and a stun gun.
All right.
Just
Sounds
pop
good.
that in her back pocket.
Perfect. So if you guys want, you guys can stay in here, have a little discussion about your current predicament, or you guys can leave, and there's a hallway that goes straight out the back of the club if you want to go.
So, have any of you had prior heist thievery before this?
Do I look like I have been part of heist before?
That's just a question.
How involved with the law are you?
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
That don't answer my question.
Not very involved with the law.
Then I've done a fuck ton of heists.
Okay, perfect.
I'm glad we have you on our team.
I have limited knowledge on things, so I just want to know what we're working with.
I need to know how to get into shit for my podcast, so.
You run a podcast?
Yes!
Oh my god,
You
what
want
do
to
you
know
think?
about it?
We're kind of on a limited time scale, like, you know, but I would love to hear about it some more.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, we gonna wrap this up? We have stuff to do.
I'm nervous.
Well, Will, what do you know about the crystal ball, since you seem to be a little familiar with Ms. Humble?
She keep calling you puppy?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Eudora.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I usually do things from behind a screen, so this will be my first time going in, but whatever.
Okay, well, everybody got your shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. We need more information, and I just want to get this done and over with so I can go back home to my cat.
All right.
Onwards and upwards, I guess?
You would be a cat lady.
There's nothing wrong with fucking cats.
There's something wrong with fucking cats.
Oh, hell no.
Anyway, on that note, all of you exit the room and exit out of the back of the Serpent's Take. And as you open the door to the damp night outside, a large unmarked van is pulling up. You can see a satellite kind of sticking out of it. There are bars on the windows. It is the most suspicious looking van you've ever seen.
Is this person gonna offer us candy to get in?
I'm taking pictures of the van, by the way.
Yeah, go for it. And take all the pictures you want.
Just rolling my eyes at this thing.
The driver's window rolls down, and a very attractive man wearing sunglasses at night and a deep V. His hair is done in the very neatly coiffed coiffed, and a cigarette loosely hanging in his mouth. Hey, did somebody order some intel?
Yeah, I take it you're the contact.
Yeah, that's me.
What do you have for us?
Well, I've got a lot for you guys. If you could, the back is unlocked.
First, we have to get in the van.
You want
Well,
to
that's
see?
not suspicious at all.
Well, I mean, that's where all the screens are, so.
Like I'm saying this as I'm getting into the back. Like, I'm suspicious.
Like, look, y'all, I don't know what you want me to do about it, but I just work here.
Or I'll climb on in. I'm just not happy
Roll
about
my
it.
eyes and get in.
Okay, everybody gets into the van, and as you enter the van, you see there are indeed screens everywhere. There are computers hooked up to the walls. It looks like a surveillance van from the inside, with a metal gate separating the back from the driver's seat. So once you close the door, the man turns and smiles charmingly. So, you're gonna do the thing, right? Steal the thing.
The crystal ball.
Yeah, that perfect. I'm glad you know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on our way while you guys think of a plan and go over everything on the way. Right? Perfect.
Where are we even going?
I'll tell you on the way. He says, and starts the van, and slowly you guys start going. Oh, by the way, I'm Vox. Very nice to meet you. So you guys, all you know is that you're trying to get a crystal ball, right? That's all you're aware
Yeah,
of.
can't really make up a plan if we don't know anything else. So how about
makes sense.
plan?
Yeah, cool shit. Yeah. So basically, he says as he's taking a drink from a giant can of Monster, and like he seems to be like alternating taking sips of this giant can of Monster and chain smoking while he's driving. So basically what's going on here is there's this medium. Are you familiar with mediums or whatever? You know, they see dead people, they talk to dead people, you know, talk to their loved ones, and they're like, hey, your loved ones are dead but they love you, or whatever the fuck. Anyway, so there's one that has a live TV show. It's called Effervescent Illuminations. I think it's a really shitty title of a show. And it's hosted by that medium Dana Watanabe. Right? Have you seen it on the internet or have stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, she does exactly what I just said mediums do. Is, you know, there's like a crowd of people. It's kind of like a Saturday Night Live thing, except not funny at all. And
Yeah, it's her crystal ball that we're going after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yas queen, you're smart. So, we believe that this crystal ball is somehow like the source of her power, maybe, or like a focus, maybe, or nothing at all. You guys are gonna find out for us, maybe.
Wait, she's like actually got like powers and stuff?
Yeah, why else would the crystal ball be special?
What the fuck did she decline an invite? I wanted to interview her for my podcast and she said no.
What a bitch. Anyway, so he takes like a sharp turn that kind of like makes everybody lurch. Anyway, so Dana Watanabe, she's got this crystal ball, and it's like this big whole production every episode. Like it's in a safe on the stage, and like there's like a fog machine, and there's this whole ceremony when she like takes it out, right? And then she uses it to like decide who in the audience has a message waiting for them or whatever the fuck. And so you got to do that. Normally that thing's got cameras all over it, and during the show it's got cameras all over it. It is a top of the line safe, and it's pretty impossible to crack. But we do know one time where it's unlocked, and that is during Dana's show. So, you know, you can try, you know, to like unlock, crack the safe, you know, on the stage as everybody's filing in or something. But like really like the easiest time to try and grab it is during the show, because it's not locked.
Does anyone have another crystal ball sitting around? Do you think we could do like a good old switcheroonie?
Hey, there might be a backpack back there somewhere. Can you check that? Can you check for a backpack?
I'll go find this mysterious backpack that Vox is talking about and go look for it.
Why don't we do our first ever roll of the night? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna roll to look for this this bag, and what you're gonna roll. Why don't we have you roll a? We'll have you roll wits, and wow, they do not have a perception E roll out there at all. So why don't you just give me a wits roll?
Okay, and so according to this, I have 3 little dots in wit, so I roll 3 d10s, correct?
You will roll 3 d10s. Anything 8 or above will be a success. And if you roll a 10, you can roll that again and see if you get another one.
No.
Okay. So, if you would like, so that's a failure. If you would like, what you can do is opt to make that a dramatic failure, and instead of just a regular failure, and get an extra point of willpower for any rolls you might have in the future.
While he's driving, and then like I'll get up because I'm assuming there's no seats back here.
No, there are no
seatbelts, nothing safe.
Nope.
And I'll get up, and he's like turning a corner real fast, and I'll like lurch into the door and like completely miss the bag, and I have no idea where it's at. Like maybe I bumped my head a little bit on the wall.
So what also happens, so you see the bag, right? You're like, oh yes, here's the bag. And you take it and you're like, okay, I got the bag. But as he's doing that, you know, as we say, he does a lurching turn, and you bang your head on the side of the door. And also the crystal ball comes flying out of the bag and shatters on the floor of the van.
I'm sorry.
You hear Vox up front go, yep, that would be the decoy crystal.
It's your fault. You're driving like a fucking idiot.
It's not my fault. You guys don't know how to use seatbelts.
There's no seats back here with seatbelts.
That sounds like a you problem.
Lord help me, baby Jesus.
So
Do not freak this man out.
no more decoy crystal ball. Sorry.
Do we have anything that weighs roughly the same as the crystal ball? Kind of like an Indiana Jones thing?
I don't think it has pressure plates, but
Can we swing by a store?
I mean, yeah, if you're fast about it. Does anybody have any cash? Because I am a fresh out.
GM, storyteller, do we have cash?
I don't know. Did you take any dots in resources?
Nope.
So since no one took any dots in resources, all y'all are like on your last $20 until you get paid next. So like you have a little bit of money. You guys could pool money together if you want to get something new, but like that might mean, you know, not getting the next pack of ramen that's gonna feed you until you get paid.
You look kind of fancy. And Will's eyeballing Jennifer.
Yeah, I imagine I at least have like credit cards in my wallet, but like,
Okay.
Because resources would be in like the skills, or was that in the equipment stuff?
Resources, a merit. I can't quite remember, but or it's a social merit you can take, I believe. But it's yes, I will allow you to have access to social, or I mean, to allow you to have access to credit cards.
Okay. I was like, just because of my character, I imagine.
No problem. So are we making a stop, or
Do any of you know stores where we can get some crystal balls? I'm not super familiar with.
The kid we talked to earlier said, I think, opposite side of town.
Didn't Rowan say something about a crystal ball store?
Yeah, so on the other end of town, there's a metaphysical shop, and it's actually pretty cool. They're open really late, which is a little weird, given that stores usually kind of operate on like the 9 to 8 schedule, but this one's open till like 2 o'clock in the morning, which really weird, investigating that. But anyways, so they have a bunch of...
Vox, do you know the store that she's talking about?
Yeah, kinda.
Hey, can you drive there, please?
Yeah, sure. It'll, yeah, whatever. It'll give me more time to explain to you the other intel we got. So, I wasn't able to get you guys any, like, tickets or anything to get into the live studio audience or anything, so you're gonna have to figure out how to get in there. Of course. Because it's on a studio lot. I can get you into the studio lot itself, but you're gonna, like, once you're in that crowd of people that are, like, looking to talk to their dead loved ones, you're gonna have to figure out how the heck it is you're gonna join that audience. And then, you know, join the audience, and then you're gonna have to, you know, you're gonna see the set and all that shit, and you're gonna have to figure out how to get the ball itself. And then, you know, get the fuck out of there. Like, I'll be waiting to, like, be your getaway driver. And so once you have it, you're good, but you're gonna need how to, like, figure out how to get in there, get it, then get out, and then I will take you to the final destination, as it were.
Is there Wi-Fi in this van?
Actually, speaking of which, none of your electronics are working in this van. That's weird.
Great.
If you want, you can use the computer back there. Sorry, this is like what's the box thing where everything inside the box, nothing works inside the box. I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but basically nothing works inside the van except for the things in the van already. So if you got shit you gotta look up, or if you need to, like, check your bank account or something, you can use the he gestures wildly at the computer screens. And also, speaking of the computer screens, you do note that it seems to be playing security footage of what looks like a set.
Is this a live feed?
Yes? Probably.
You know, for an intel guy, you would think that you were a little bit more.
More what?
Oh, intel oriented.
I just work here, my man.
Okay.
I agree.
Do you know the name of the building that she is performing in?
Yeah, it's Studio 62. 62 wasn't 69. I remember that specifically. So I think it's like Studio 62.
Cool. So I'm gonna get on the computer and I'm going to start trying to look up Studio 62 and look for exit routes, entrances, if capacity, and if there's any news on how many seats have been sold, how many they're expecting for this evening.
Yeah.
And
Awesome. So you do that. To do that, why don't you give me an intelligence and computer check?
Just rolling one die.
No, so your dots and computers, you're going to be rolling dice equal to the number of dots you have in computers, plus the dots that you have in intelligence. So, like, let's say if you have 2 dots in intelligence and like 3 dots in computers, you're rolling 5 dice.
Okay. I'm rolling
And
8
also,
dice.
if you it's not including your specialty because you're not hacking right now. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have 5 dots in computer and 3 dots in intelligence.
I thought 2 of your dots in the computers was your specialty. Right?
It says hacking plus 2.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So, yes, roll your 8 die.
Okay.
And anything 8 and above are successes, and if you rolled a 10, you can re-roll.
Okay, I have 2 8s.
Okay.
And everything else is below that.
Okay, you had 2 8s, and then did you have 2 10s?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 4 successes. The 10s count as successes. And then you can also roll them again. So that's 4 successes. Not quite, very close to an exceptional success, but not quite there. So you are able to find a lot of information about Studio 62. Actually, you find that there are 3 entrances / exits to the studio. The studio lot itself is gated, but it seems like Vox has figured out a way to get you guys inside from there. And then Studio 62 is near the front. There are several blocks neatly lined up. There are not 60 of them. There are only 15. But the numbering doesn't make any sense at all. And so there are 3 exits. One is an exit to the left of the building, or an entrance to the left of the building. That is the crowd that the crowd uses to get in with their tickets. And there is another one on the opposite end of the building, which is where security, like the security break room, typically is. And then there is one last exit on the north side of the building, and that is the entrance to the stage itself. And it looks like there are typically guards posted there. There are guards posted on each of the exits, but they're more focused on the stage entrance. It looks like tickets are sold out. Dana Watanabe is a very popular medium, and the studio itself is on the little smaller side. So there's a lot of people out there that are looking to talk to their loved ones. And what other questions were you looking to?
I'd want to look into if there's any blueprints for the stage work, if there's any way to either, because Vox was saying that the crystal ball is on the stage somewhere, like with the safe.
So yes, there is a safe on the stage that the crystal ball is being held in.
Okay. If there's any way to get underneath the stage, or if there's like where the curtain placement is, if there is any curtains, anywhere where we could try to sneak in and be less visible to everybody else while we're trying to get to the safe.
So actually there are some vents underneath the safe. I think Vox mentioned that it's a whole production when they bring out the crystal ball, and they use fog effects that are that they use the vents for under the safe. So, and that presumably means that there is an underground tunnel. But you do not have a way of guaranteeing that those vents would, because the vents are directly under the safe. And the safe is slightly raised off the ground. So there's not really a way to guarantee that those vents are big enough for someone to go through.
Are there any blueprints to the building? Are there any blueprints to the building?
Yes.
Sometimes they will outline things like that.
So you were able to find blueprints. The vents are there. But they're only big enough to like maybe reach an arm through. So what you could, well, I won't tell you. That's your own plan to figure out. But
are the vents connected to? Because if you have the blueprints, are the vents connected to a tunnel or a serviceway or anything like that?
They sure are. There's a serviceway for the crew, for when it's basically like a boiler room, underneath that's a maze under the, that works kind of like a maze under the, what's it called? The studio, where, that's where most of the heating comes from. It seems to be a lot of storage, and it seems for like any underground special effects also like the one machine, the fog machine. I
would share this information with everybody, just very lazily relaying information.
Okay. As you are relaying that information, however, the van slows to a stop. And Vox looks back at you guys, his sunglasses glinting in the light, the low light of the street lamps. We're here at that metaphysical shop or whatever.
Rowan, will you come in with me?
Oh yeah, I would love to.
We're in and out.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. And he looks at Will and Winifred and is like, "So you guys are gonna hang out with me? Great time. Good shit. Anybody do you smoke? Do you want any? Like, I've got I think I've got some leftover fries or some shit. If you're hungry, are you hungry? No.
Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate your hospitality.
Yeah. That's me, cool guy.
Do you have another one of those energy drinks?
Fuck yeah, I do. And he opens up the glove compartment and like kind of rustles around in it and is like, actually, sure do not. Sorry, my man. Oh, and also, sorry, forgot. He flicks a switch, and you hear the back door of the van unlock.
How comforting. And then I'll just open it and like pop out of the van.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out the back.
Okay. So you guys jump out the back, and you are greeted with a small yet lit metaphysical store that Rowan is deeply familiar with. It doesn't have a lot out in the front, but inside it is packed to the brim with shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in and look at the store owner and just like, hey, Katerina, we need a crystal ball.
What was the name you said again? I'm sorry.
Katerina.
They smile and wave. Hey, what's up? It's very nice to see you again.
Yeah, we need a crystal ball. We're kind of in a time crunch.
I think I got one of those. Yeah. And they go kind of like dive into their piles of shit that are everywhere, and eventually procure a little crystal ball. So this will be $50.
Fine. I go through my wallet and hand over my card.
We don't take credit cards. I'm just kidding. I'm just dashing you.
Okay. Like, you see a serious, like, where am I that you do not take credit cards?
No. I like to say that a lot to people because that's like all they have anymore, you know? But so I'm just dashing you. It's fine. So she
Lovely.
runs. So they run your credit card and put the crystal ball into a little bag. Okay, how you doing, Rowan? How's it going?
It's going. Trying to just working on getting more interviews for the podcast, seeing what's up and all that stuff.
Have you had any more thought about, you know, like talking to my brother that got abducted?
Rowan, we're really on a time limit. We should really get going.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your assistance. It's so great.
I totally get it.
And then I'll just kind of like, yeah, gesture.
The moment the door closes, I just like turn to Jennifer. I'm like, she's been trying to hook me up with her brother for like 8 months, and he has the appeal of like a sea cucumber. So thank you.
Yeah, setups are the worst.
I don't think he's abducted either. I think he just like had him here one night.
So, crystal ball in hand, successfully purchased. You guys enter the van again, I assume?
Yeah, if it opens. I would try to open the handle.
Open.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he ever locked it again once you guys left.
Okay, that's at least reassuring.
But,
and
you
also
know.
super creepy.
Yeah, as soon as the door closed, you know, flick.
It's real creepy. Do you really have to like do that switch? What if a fire breaks out back here?
What is there to start a fire with?
All of this equipment?
I mean, but like, but also no.
As long as you keep it cool, it's fine. Winifred.
And
What do you prefer? I don't actually give a shit.
I am ice cold. All right. Anyway, so now to the studio. You guys don't have any other shit you gotta get?
Just drive, please.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's get this over with.
You hear the car or the van just fucking squeal. It's like, now we're on a real time crunch. This place is gonna open up in like an hour. So like, you guys gotta figure your shit out.
Just like cradling the crystal ball, like making sure this one doesn't shatter with his driving.
So, if there's a service way underneath the studio and vents or whatever, how difficult do you think it'd be to like sneak into the service way somehow and then just like Bugs Bunny cut the floor out from underneath the safe?
I mean, like, yeah, it might work, but then, like, wouldn't the safe drop on us?
No, because we'd move out of the way.
Okay, and then, like, what's gonna stop them from knowing that something's wrong? Like,
Sounds like
that's
it'll
why
make a
we,
lot of noise, but
yeah.
I like your thought process.
You get pillows.
Why don't we cut next to it? And then one of us can go through it and get,
Yeah.
instead of letting it drop down and making a very loud noise.
Question for the DM.
Yeah, what's that?
Because Rowan is disgustingly obsessed with the show, how big, like, I'm assuming I would know how big the safe, how big is the safe?
The safe is about as big as a, like, 90s TV. So it's, like, probably, like, 100 pounds and probably, like, 3 feet long and wide. No, not 3 feet. That's average 90s TV. It's probably... So 90s TV, throw that out. That wasn't real. It's probably 3 feet tall by like 2 feet wide.
Okay.
It's pretty hefty.
Yeah. So be like, it's like 3 by 2. A dolly or like some ropes might be a little bit better, a little bit easier.
Are we thinking about taking the entire safe?
Figure we're gonna swap it, right? It's the whole purpose of the crystal ball that I just purchased.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
No, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and they said that the safe is like damn near impossible to open. So like the only time we could get it open would be during the show. And since you know this show like back of your hand, like when do they open this safe? Is there a time that we could like walk up and swap it out, or like somehow make it so that one of us gets picked and we like slip and slide?
There was mention of fog or something like that, right? Can't we use the fog as like a decoy to swap things?
Yeah, I mean, my thought is she has this whole spiel at the beginning and this whole like the summoning thing, and then at like 5 or 10 minutes into the show, I'm assuming like it takes longer because it's filmed and stuff. But about 5 to 10 minutes into the show, she starts this whole ritual. It's a whole like pyrotechnic, fog, all this shit, and the fog is really thick, so that's good. But yeah, like as long as I can hear where like what she's saying, we'll have time, because the person gets picked after she pulls out the crystal ball, because she's like, the crystal ball tells me who to pick. So gotta do it pretty soon after the show starts. Not sure when they unlock it, because it's already unlocked when she gets it, but I think they unlock it like right before the show starts. That would make sense.
That could be a better opportunity instead of while she's doing it.
Right before the show. But the fog is kind of our best cover, I think.
True.
You could also, like cause a distraction or something.
We start a fire.
I like the way you think. Fuck yeah! He says, and then immediately grabs the wheel again, and then there's like a jerk.
If we start a fire, they probably have measures against that. And not only that, but all the people will be leaving the building, and they'll probably be searching for that fire. And if we're going through the boiler room and we're coming from underneath,
What if a fire started in the adjacent studio?
that could work. And I'll look it up on the blueprints.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking for on the blueprint specifically?
How far is the other studio from the one that we're going to go into?
They're pretty close together, but it's probably like 50 feet to the next one. 50 to 100 feet. Like, it's close, but, like, far enough that, well, you know, fire safety. Far enough for fire not to spread is the answer there. But you know, it stands to reason if one of the buildings on fire, they're gonna evacuate the whole thing just in case. You know, like a school.
I mean, if we
That could
go with
work.
the fire idea, we could like set the fire in the basement,
But, or I mean,
and we rush in as people are rushing out.
but
We
then-
become the people, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do they allow bags into this thing?
I would.
Purses?
You're allowed to have a bag, but they check them.
But if my idea is that if we are going in, sneaking in, but we leave with the crowd, we shove the crystal ball, the actual one, into the bag, and then that backpack that we shattered the other one in, and go. Like what Winifred suggested.
It's not my job. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want.
Is it possible that they might have scalpers outside?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, they always have at least like 4 or 5 tickets just laying around for like, I don't know, like $120 each.
Oh, I don't have so much money.
the show's not worth that much money.
Well, I mean, normally they are $30.
Yeah. Show's not worth that much money.
You know, it depends on how much you want to maybe talk to your dead wife or whatever. We've got he looks at a non-existent watch and is like, all right. Then looks at a clock on the van. It's like ETA 5 minutes.
Fuck. Why is this so hard? Do you think that's weird. Never mind.
Well,
I was thinking if people would give us priority if we are carrying around body parts and saying, hey, my loved one, would you talk? I don't know. It would get us in, maybe free tickets. I mean, it's a weird show, right? I've never watched it. But like,
You know what?
No.
You know what? Actually, though, okay, so you made me remember my brain. You're a smart one. You're my favorite, by the way. Also, really pretty. You're like super hot. Anyway, I do know that there's producers there that are constantly on the lookout for like American Idol like level like pity stories because they absolutely do not believe that Dana has power. So like you can totally like, you know, just go up to one of them and be like, oh, my dad died in the war and left behind his wife who has cancer and a dog. And they could, you know, if it's good enough, they'll probably just let you in.
guys, I still have the finger.
and don't you still have your ear? That's what I'm saying.
No, I took, you know, the ear is worthless. I took the finger because you might be able to like fingerprint it and figure out who it belonged to, do all that stuff, but that's later.
You guys got a finger?
Yeah. Anyways,
We've got a
so
lot of parts.
I got the finger. I could go up to one of them and just be like, sob story. I got this finger in the mail and my brother's been missing for 6 months. Blip, blip, blip. I need to know if it's him.
That's what I'm saying. But like, would they call the cops because you're carrying around body parts? Isn't that illegal?
I don't know. Well, I mean, are producers nice people? The answer is fuck no!
I mean, as long as they're getting their story, they'd probably be all right. Do you think it could be convincing?
It could be a way to
Oh,
get
yeah.
in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You want me to do it?
Either of you. You have this sweet southern thing, and you definitely know a lot about your show, and you have the whole, like, kind of weird vibe going for you, so
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you definitely got like that like nerdy next door, like hot chick kind of thing. I'm into it.
Okay,
You're
so
the creepy box.
Will.
You know that, right?
No, I'm super hot.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so,
All the hot guys drive white vans and with
Will.
automatic locks.
I'll have you know, this isn't my regular car. I just work here today.
Back to planning, Will. So, are we set on the serviceway path?
I don't give a fuck. We just need to get this crystal ball. So if you guys think that infiltrating it this way or another way is fine.
Could
Is
be,
one
it could
person-
be plan one. I like having backup plans.
Why don't we do
What?
both?
So,
Will and I could try to sneak in or something like that through the service and have the crystal ball. You're not going to be able to get in with the crystal ball holding.
unless you hide that shit underneath your shirt and pretend you're pregnant.
I don't think
I
it's
have
that
snuck
big.
in,
Do you-
It's
so-
not that big.
but I have snuck in so much food to movie theaters by pretending to be pregnant. You just stick that bag right under there and you get it looking nice and right. I swear it works every time. I
Okay.
have gotten
What if you're
football
pregnant
slubs and
with
some
the
burger.
crystal ball?
Well,
Okay, you're pregnant with the crystal ball, and you had mentioned about your brother dead. What if this is his pregnant girlfriend, wife, whatever, and that's his unborn baby?
Fuck
It
yeah.
could go with the story.
Fuck yeah.
okay, so yeah. Another thing I was thinking was Winifred and I tried to get into this through the studio proper.
Yes.
You two try to get in through the serviceway. As everything's getting set up, me or Winifred could like sneak backstage and let you guys in or meet up with you guys or like cause a distraction or something. And just kind of
I get
like,
lost real easily.
okay.
Well,
so
there is a
I-
door to the north side of the stage that we could use.
Yeah.
And then what's the process for swapping the crystal ball? Are we waiting to the fog? Are we trying to do it beforehand?
I think
Are there curtains on front of the stage?
There are not curtains on the stage. This is a set. They have a background that looks like a sky, but it's not. It looks like a talk show kind of setup. So there aren't any curtains.
yeah, it's kind of. But the fog. I mean, I think the fog is going to be the best bet because it's when there's going to be cover, and when the fog goes off, you cannot see the safe at all, and she's like doing this whole talky thing. So as the fog's going, you could just kind of.
Is the stage dark when she's doing it? Like a spotlight's on her, or is it just like lit up the whole time?
I mean, atmospheric. So like it's dark, but there's like light. It's dark, and it's like.
I'm just worried about how we're going to sneak onto the stage with her on the stage in the fog to swap it out while cameras are rolling and a live audience.
Well,
It's
they
just a thought. I've never seen the show, but the picture in my head is what I've got.
Yeah, they could take the crystal. Okay. So we get in. Well, I was thinking we get in and we cause a distraction and then they do the swap. But
But if she is pregnant with a crystal, we're gonna have to meet up to swap.
yeah.
Well, you could always. Oh, that's true.
Unless you guys take the crystal, I'm just trying to think of ways to sneak it in. Now I wish we had two. I'm real sorry about my butterfingers.
I think the fire distraction thing could still work, too.
Especially if you guys sneak into the back and set a fire in the back.
Well, I mean, if we sneak in,
Well,
then
we could set it.
yeah, like we sneak in and cause a distraction, something so that, like the guards and people are running away. And so there's like more opportunity for them to get like into the serviceway under the stage. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're saving the blueprints, so you're not gonna get lost that easily.
Yeah.
As you say that, you hear the squeal of the van as it slows to a stop. We are here. You probably got like 20-30 minutes until the show starts. You hear a click as the van unlocks. Feel free to like hang out in here if you want, but like I don't want you to.
Yeah, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Oh, don't be like that.
So
anyway, so cause you two get in, cause a distraction. We slip in through the serviceway. I'm like pointing through the blueprints right now as I'm talking. And we make the swap. Are you still are we carrying the crystal ball? Or are you using it?
I mean, I could pretend I don't have to have it. If you guys are sneaking in and we're causing the distraction, it would be better that we didn't have it.
Agreed.
I think. I mean, that's what would make sense to me.
All right.
Okay.
So, Rowan and I are going to do this big hubbub to get in with a finger. Y'all are going to go to the service with the ball. And when we get in, we're going to cause a distraction to get everyone out while you two sneak on stage and swap out the balls. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we're not gonna wait till the show actually starts for the fog. We're just gonna evacuate, switch, dip.
Yeah, I just think that it would be too hard to swap something with that many eyeballs on the safe. If the safe is already open before the show, I think that would make the most sense, right? Least amount of eyes on the stage possible.
Yeah. That is banking on it being unlocked before the show starts, but I also don't know how it would unlock in the middle of the show unless there's like a remote thing for it, or if it's on a timer.
Will, is it possible for you to look up that type of safe and see what kind of lock is on it?
Start looking it up.
Okay.
Do you know, Rowan, do you recognize like this brand, or does this type of safe look familiar to you?
Rowan, while as you are racking your brain for trying to see what kind of safe it is, why don't you give me an intelligence and just give me an intelligence roll. Or actually, I'm sorry, I'm the worst. Intelligence investigation. To remember what kind of safe it was.
Okay, so that's not using my specialty.
No.
Okay. I got a 9 and a 10.
A 9 and a 10, so that is 2 successes. You are, and roll the 10 again.
8.
8. So that is 3 successes. So you are able to point out exactly what kind of safe it is. It's a safe. It's not a timed safe, thankfully, but it does look like it is remote activated. You have to input a code on the remote for it to unlock. But also, as a fail-safe, in case you lose the remote, there is also a number pad on the safe itself.
So the stage manager might have the remote.
I mean, that would make sense unless
She
one
keeps it
have-
on her.
I have some powder here that will show any fingerprints on the safe.
Smart.
So then it's just about discerning the right order.
Mm-hmm. Which,
Real quick. God, DM, knowing what type of safe it is, would I know how many numbers are required? Like, is it a 4-digit code?
It is a 6-digit code.
How much trivia do you know about this Dana person?
Actually, a fair amount, but I'm gonna look up some more. So I'm gonna hop on the computer and try to do like a deep dive on her real quick.
Feel free to do that. Give me a computer slash computer and a wits and computer roll.
8 and a 9.
2 successes. Cool. What kind of fun facts are you looking for about Dana?
Like, well, Jennifer, what were you looking for?
I was thinking potentially like when her show first aired, anything important maybe dealing with her when she was first sought fame, when her name started to become popular. Depending on what kind of ego she had, it could be some tied like that with her safe code.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up like her birthday,
anniversary dates of any kind.
when she graduated college, when the show first aired.
Maybe first death of a relative, when she claimed that she started hearing things.
Yeah, like the day she said that she first had a vision. I don't know, when a pet died.
Sounds good. Okay, so you find out a lot of information about Dana. She is a Sagittarius, born on December 14th. I believe that's, yes. She's a Sagittarius, born on December 14th, 1974. Her show first started about 3 years ago, actually. And she, and she's kind of risen to fame online with her Illumination, as she calls her fans, building a medium, occult-y, new agey kind of lifestyle brand. But it seems like most of her money is still most of her money is coming from internet like requests and stuff. She'll send people like boxes of new agey shit that should give you give you cool shit. But and it seems like she does the show for fun. Since she has never been without this crystal ball. Like it's been a gimmick from the beginning for her.
Okay, and is there like any interview or something where she talks about, like, oh, I was like, it was the day of my 3rd birthday or something, where she first like.
So she says, she said in an interview, when I was 13 years old, that was the first time I heard my grandmother talking to me. She told me that she wanted my grandpa to get remarried, and that, she wanted him to be happy still, even though she was gone. But there's a lot of you find that there's a lot of like internet chatter about that, because like some people have found out that like she was an orphan. So like they're like, what the fuck kind of grandpa is she talking about? So that you remember from like your time on message boards. That like some people that are critical of Dana know that some of her backstory isn't true.
Okay, and I'm gonna give everyone the dates, just like. So 87 was when she purportedly had her first like interaction. Well, no, if her birthday was in December, then like 88, probably more likely.
So 1988.
More or less. I think I started her 14th. The 14th is her.
Yeah, December 14th, 1974 is when she was born.
Yeah, so 13 would be December 14th, 1987. So just like tail end of December to throughout most of 88. So.
And what happens if I blow this dust on the keypad and these numbers don't match up to it?
Then we call it. That's not the name of the thing. What's the name of that game?
What game?
There's like a board. There's like a board game where you get like 4 different colored stones and you try to guess what they are.
Mancala? I think it's Mancala.
Mancala's the picky uppy one.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you guess.
Is there any does anything happen to the safe if you enter in the wrong code X amount of times?
It will, so if you input the code wrong 4 times, then it will lock until a technician uses factory settings to come and try and open it. Vox from the front goes, are you guys done yet? I got shit to do while you're out.
Is it possible to hack into this thing?
Whoever wants can give me a computer and intelligence check to see if you know if that's possible.
I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a single thing over 8. Oh, no, that's a lie. I got a 9. A single 9.
Okay, wait, how many 8s did you get? Because those count as successes as well.
I didn't get any.
Okay, so just a single 9. Okay, perfect. Yeah. That's all you need. It is, but, so, it is not hooked up to Wi-Fi or anything. You might be able to, you might be able to use some like hacking skills to try and find like an employee handbook for the company to figure out what kind of how they get into a safe when the thing has been entered.
Like a technical manual?
Yeah. Basically, yeah, a technical manual for technicians for the safe for when the code has been entered incorrectly 4 times.
Okay, I will look into that.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Do me. So you can use your +2 hacking specialty, and so it'll be a computer with your hacking specialty plus intelligence.
so many dice.
Good.
I have 2 8s and 1 10.
Okay, reroll the 10.
I got another 10.
Reroll the 10.
I got an 8.
Okay, that is an exceptional success. So, so not only are you able to find the factory reset settings for the safe, I am also going to give you a condition, but a good one, because you got an exceptional success. So you are feeling inspired because you were able to find that, and all from now until the end of this game, you are going to get 9 agains. That's what they're called. They're called 9 agains on computer checks. So so until the end of this game, you can re-roll 9s and 10s. So there's an increased chance of you getting more successes.
Sweet. I have the factory reset right here.
So can we just do that without having to like try and figure out what her code is? Just
Yeah,
reset it and open the
Yeah.
thing?
I think that'll be best, and then we can take the
Yeah.
ball and swap it, and they won't know until they try to open it. But we would just have to get out by then.
Hopefully it'll be too late.
Yeah, because you would have caused a distraction to get people out. Yeah, and then so their show might get delayed, which will give us a larger window to get out of there.
What? Okay. Yes. Good. Just thought. What if they send guards to grab the safe when the distraction happens?
It's like a heavy ass safe. And I thought you said it just stays there.
It does, but I don't know if they're gonna do it in an evacuation emergency.
It's fireproof.
Yeah.
We could try to get there just before.
Swap before the distraction, and
Like,
then
just
get out with
before.
it. Mm-hmm.
Y'all will text us when you're about to do it, and then that's when we will strike.
Swap numbers.
Yeah, can we get your numbers then? Can we
Yeah.
start a group chat or something?
Group chat.
Okay, so you guys do that. And Vox is like, are you ready yet? Because you got probably like 5 minutes before the show starts.
Vox, you need to smoke some more. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's go give our sob story.
Boop boop.
Lead the way, Will.
Get the fuck out! I will be waiting for you guys when you're done.
All right.
Ah.
I will lead the way.
Okay, so you guys exit the van. You are currently in the studio, or the studio lot, and there are actually signs that are like Effervescent Illuminations crowd this way. So some of you are going that way, some of you are looking to get into the basement, or is everybody going to the Effervescent Illuminations building?
Rowan and Winifred, sorry, the name, are both going to cause the distraction, so they're going towards the crowd, and Will and Jennifer are going underneath where the boiler room is. Service room, whatever
Okay.
it was.
So first, let's go to Jennifer and Will. You know where one of the entrances to the basement is. It's actually there near the entrance to the studio lot. There's actually kind of like a trap door kind of thing with like this bright red fire ladder leading down. However, there are guards there.
Do they have radios on them?
Yes, you can see earpieces.
Jennifer, you grabbed a stun gun, yeah?
Yeah, I grabbed one.
Or just one?
Not at the same time. I can go
I
for
have
one
this
and use
multi-tool.
stun. You have
I
what?
could stab them.
That
have a
seems
multi-tool.
a little messy.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Do they have anything?
They do not have weapons. They seem to have stun guns, but they don't seem to have guns. Stun gun, not gun. Stun gun. Get done.
So do you want to use your stun gun on one of them and I could try to knock the other person out? Or does Jennifer look like she is more physically fit than me?
I don't know. Give me what are your strength or stamina dots? How many dots do you have in strength or stamina?
I have 2 in stamina. I have 0 in strength.
I have 1 in strength and 3 in stamina.
Okay, so Jennifer does not look as physically fit as you.
Okay. I could try to take one down.
But you also remember that Jennifer took brass knuckles. Like, that was the thing she chose to take in the room.
Do you want to stun one and then I could, if you'll let me borrow your brass knuckles, I can try to knock
I take the one off of my right and then I toss it. They go with the ensemble.
All right.
Okay. So, if you guys are going to sneak up on these boys, I'm going to need you. We're going to do a contested roll here. I need you guys to do your composure and subterfuge versus their wits and intelligence.
Composure and subterfuge. I have a special thing for misdirection. This would not count for that, correct? So it would just be my normal checks.
Unless you're actively trying to like distract them. No.
Okay.
I got a 10, and I'm gonna re-roll it.
Yep.
And it went down to a 2.
Okay, so that's still 1 success.
I got a 9.
You got a 9?
And yeah, everything else was below.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. They got fucking none. So, you guys are able to. So, you guys, how do you guys resolve the scene? They do not see you coming.
I'm gonna wait for Jennifer to use the stun gun on one of them, and then when the other guard notices that's happening, I'm gonna punch them in the head.
Okay.
I'm going for the neck. Ideally, like open exposed skin with the stun gun.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure he goes down.
Okay. So you guys are hiding like behind a car that's on the lot, and you're like, you lock eyes together, and you're like, got this? And Will's like, I got this. So you guys quietly sneak up, and these guys, they're just having a day. Like, they got donuts in their hand. One guy's talking about how his daughter's going to college pretty soon, and God, it's so fucking expensive going into all that debt for a job that's not even guaranteed. What the fuck kind of society are we living in now? And one guy is upset about it, and the other guy is just like uncomfortable. And you guys take that opportunity to stun and tackle. They don't make a noise. They did not see you coming. Even a little bit.
I'm gonna take the radio from his ear and put it in mine so I can hear what's happening, and then I'll hand the other one to Jennifer.
A+. Okay.
And their stun guns. They are now in our possession.
Okay, you guys now have 2 more stun guns. So with that, you guys are going down. Let's switch over to Rowan and Winifred.
Can we also just try to move the bodies so that like there's not just 2 random guys like laying down right there?
Give me some strength checks, y'all.
Just saying, like, kind of like drag them out. Although I have 0 strength, so what?
Yeah. So so if you don't have any dots in strength, what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll what's called a chance die. You're gonna roll 1d10. The only time it's a success. You can't re-roll that d10 if you get a 10, and also you only get a success if you roll a 10.
Cool.
So close. 7.
Not a 10.
Okay, neither of you can move it.
Okay. Well, I guess they'll stay here. Like it is tough.
At the very least, you have a warning system if somebody discovers them.
True.
Okay.
Your piece.
Mm-hmm.
So we will move on to Rowan and Winifred. You guys follow the signs to Studio 62, where there are probably 60 people standing in line waiting to get into the the studio itself. Why don't you guys both give me wits and intelligence checks to see what you notice? I'm sorry, what was that, Rowan? How many?
3 9s and an 8.
3 9s and an 8, so that's 4 successes on your end.
I have 2 8s and a 10, which I need to re-roll the 10.
Yep. 2 8s, a 10, so that's 3 successes.
And that was an 8.
4 successes. 8 successes altogether. A+, you guys, you did such a good job. So there are a ton of people. You guys notice a ton of stuff. So first, you notice some suits that seem to be observing the crowd. One is like talking on or typing away on their phone. There is the other seems to be like surveying the crowd. You can tell that these are probably the producers. You also see a lot of people that just seem giddy and excited to get inside. Rowan, actually no. Sorry, Rowan. Winifred, you notice one person that kind of strikes you as odd. And you know because you have been in a rocky, recently-ish, you've been in a rocky place in your life, and you recognize the look, this haunted look that this one person has. They're standing in line. They're standing in line to get in, but they don't look excited to be here. But they look nervous. And
are they with someone?
No, they are not with anybody. They are by themselves.
First, I'm going to take my backpack,
Mhm.
and I'm going to unzip my hoodie, take it off real fast, like kind of hide off to the side, and I'm going to put my backpack on the front, and then zip up my hoodie over the backpack and make it look like I've done this many times. I know how to get this going. It's going to look like I got baby bump.
Okay, give me a subterfuge and subterfuge and manipulation roll. Do you have either of those? Okay, so yeah, give me a roll for subterfuge and manipulation.
I rolled an 8.
You
Just
rolled an
one.
8? Just one? Okay, perfect. So it's convincing. Nobody looks at you twice.
Okay. And so I'm going to look at Rowan and I'm going to say, all right, so you notice the suits, but there's a chance that it could get us possibly guaranteed to get in. Do you see that person over there that kind of red hair, kind of looks.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. I think I'm going to go talk to them. Maybe you can come with. I don't know. I'm going to go talk to them.
Okay. I don't know. Like, do we have enough time to do?
We're waiting in line.
I will say it's probably, you guys probably have like 2 or 3 minutes left before the line starts moving.
You go talk to them. I'll go talk to the producers and try to like
make sure that you point out my baby belly, okay? Stick to the pregnant thing. I think that'll really work.
Well, stay where like I can see you in eyesight then, and I can
Perfect.
I can use you talking to a sad person as like more. I don't know. Just look real sad.
You got this, darling. You got this.
Okay. So first, let's follow Rowan over to the suits.
All right. So I'm gonna have the box out, and as I'm like fiddling with it as I'm walking up, and just gonna like look super nervous. Right before I walked up, I like dug my knuckles into my eyes, like red.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go up there and just be like, and up to the suits and be like, I'm really sorry to do this, but are you guys crew for Effervescent Illuminations?
The one that's on there, actually, give me a manipulation and expression roll.
A 1, 4, and a 3.
Uh-oh. Okay, so what you can do, we've got, so it's a failure regardless, or what you can do is if you want to try and add 3 more dice to your, if you would like to try and roll 3 more dice, you can use a willpower.
Yes.
Okay, so you will expend a willpower, and you can add 3 dice.
1, 8.
1, 8. Perfect. That's all you needed. So the one on their phone doesn't even look at you, but the other one that looks like that's like surveying the crowd, and it's like it looks at you and is like, oh, what's wrong, or is everything okay? She, like, her eyes are kind of wide, and she's like,
I'm just gonna like hold the open box of them to be like, I got this in the mail this morning, and my brother's been missing for 6 months. I need to know what happened to him. I don't know what happened, and his girlfriend is over there, and she's pregnant. She's
pregnant? That's a finger, and she's pregnant?
He disappeared after their anniversary when she told him.
What happened when he disappeared?
A bunch of calls and weird texts on my phone from him, and they were really cryptic, and just a weird voicemail saying he didn't know where he was and he was scared, and that I needed to tell whatever that he loved her no matter what happened, and I just got this in the mail, and I need Dana to tell me if this is his finger.
The woman is like staring at you, and she's just like, Richard. She reaches behind her and grabs the guy behind her. Richard, this is what was your name, honey? I'm sorry.
It's Rowan, the tree.
Rowan, like the tree. Thank you so much, Rowan. Richard, this is Rowan, like the tree. She has a finger. She hasn't got to the cops because her brother went missing, and she got it in the mail. She got it in the mail, Richard. And you see that girl over there? Her name's like Winifred or some shit? She's pregnant. and look at how pregnant she is, and she's like talking to that guy. That's so sad. And Richard's like, she did go to the cops. She came here with the finger of her brother, and she's like, yeah. Oh God. She just wants to talk to him. She just wants Dana to talk to him and try to figure out where he is. And Richard's like, fuck. I am so sorry for everything that's happened to you. Oh shit. That's so good. Do you have what seat are you? What ticket? Do you have tickets? Do you have seats?
We weren't able to get tickets.
Oh, you weren't able to get tickets. How would you and your friend like to sit in the very front row?
My sister-in-law. She would have.
Oh, right, they're married. They're fucking married. And Richard's like, how would you and your sister-in-law like to sit front center? And just so you can look at Dana in the eyes when she tells you where your brother is, what's happened to him. And you see Richard, he's like, fuck, so good. And the other woman, she's like, we're gonna figure it out for you, Rowan, like the tree. We're gonna figure it out for you.
Like the tree is just how you remember it. It's not actually part of my name.
Yeah, I know. It's so I can remember. I'm very bad with names, Rowan, like the tree. And and so let's switch back over to you. So they are handing you tickets, Rowan.
Okay, and I'm gonna like run over and be like, Winnie, we got in! We're gonna find what happened to Ash, like the other tree.
Like the other tree. Anyway, so while Rowan was doing that, and really, I know you're talking to the weird looking guy, but let's really quickly go over to Will and Jennifer and see what they're doing really quick. So you guys have managed to get down. There's no there hasn't been any chatter on the there hasn't been any chatter about finding any security guards unconscious or anything like that, but you do hear a male's voice that says, you'll never fucking believe it, somebody brought a fucking finger to Effervescent Illuminations. There is something about a dead brother, and then there's a pregnant sister-in-law. So you know that plan is working out pretty okay, as far as you know. So what are you guys doing?
Definitely just doing like a real quick thumbs up and like
I
heading
do the
down.
same
Are
thing,
we
like looking over like we got it.
Yeah. Are we in the service room right now?
You are in the basement. There are hallways everywhere. It's dark. And yes, there are hallways and doors everywhere, but you have the blueprint, so you know generally where you're going.
Okay.
So, what I want you, however, there are maintenance people milling about. What I need you guys to do, and I'm sorry, Jennifer, earlier when you were doing your chance die, I forgot to tell you about willpower. That is something you can use to add 3 dice to a roll to make them not chance dice. But so there are maintenance people kind of milling about. So I'm gonna need you guys to do so one of you, I would like to do a streetwise intelligence check to navigate yourself successfully through the maze, and I'm gonna need the other one to do a subterfuge composure roll to basically be the sneaky sneak.
All right, I'll do the subterfuge composure if you're the one that's, because I'm assuming Will has the most knowledge of the place, so leading the way for the first roll that you had mentioned.
Yeah, Will, actually, since you do have the map, why don't you add 1 more dice to your pool?
Okay.
So you said composure plus subterfuge.
Yep.
Okay.
And mine is just intelligence.
Yours is intelligence and streetwise
Oh,
to navigate the
I
map.
apologize. Okay.
And then
Apologize.
Will gets one more, correct? For
Yep.
having the map? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So I
1-8
got
and 1-10.
110.
Okay, were you on the
And
10?
It's a 4.
it's a 7.
Okay, so there are successes all around though. So you guys managed to successfully navigate yourselves sneakily all the way to where you know you are now under Studio 62. You can see the fog machine positioned under where the safe is supposed to be. There isn't anybody. Well, there is. You guys can peer into the room where Studio 62 is supposed to be. There is a maintenance person actively in the room right now, because they have to be there to operate the smoke machine.
Jennifer, should we take him out too? I can take out the stun gun.
To make this quick, but can we see like clearly if there's anyone else up there, or does it just seem to be the one that's just visible from our vantage point?
From your vantage point, you can just see one person down there, but you can hear above you. We're kind of sliding the timeline here because you guys are accomplishing different things in different amounts of time. So you can hear people entering the studio above you. Okay, and with that, we're gonna switch to Winifred really quick, and then after that we can talk about how you're going to take care of this guy, so we can catch the timelines up. Is that okay? Okay. So Winifred, you see this red-haired guy. How do you approach him?
Cautiously, just because of my past.
Mm-hmm.
But I do notice, like, the body language and face, and I do have some empathy. So I guess I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "Are you okay, darling?"
This person turns and looks at you very briefly before looking down, and he's like, I'm fine. It's just super excited to get in, you know.
I recognize that look on your face, and you're not fine. What's going on?
Give me a presence and empathy roll. If you're lacking in any of those, you can use a willpower to add 3 dice to your roll. You are muted. I can't hear what you're...
I always forget that you have to be on the Zoom call to press the mute button. Anyways, I have an 8 and a 10, and I need to re-roll the 10.
Yes.
I got another 10.
An 8? Okay, so that's 4. It's so close to a fucking exceptional success. But he looks at you, and what was or I remember what he said. For a second I got distracted and completely forgot the question you asked him. And he says, you notice, or he, how do I want to play this? He looks at you and sighs and says, you know, this is all bullshit, right? It's, you know, she just goes up there, pretends to talk to, you know, people that people really care about who have died, and they're just all these people here looking for just closure, right? And she just fucking makes it up. It's
It's hard to find good talent.
But it's horrible. It's deluded. It's evil to be taking advantage of people like this. As he's talking and starting to get more upset, give me really quick. Give me a give me a wits and composure check really quick.
I got 110, so I need to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's a 7.
Okay, so you have one success. You are starting to get a little uncomfortable. How animated he's speaking. You're at this. He seems really upset, and that makes you uncomfortable. And as you're slowly trying to avoid his gaze, you notice an odd shape at his hip.
That's what I thought. I'm going to be looking around for Rowan because I believe that my danger sense is going on, and I'm hoping that maybe she will come rescue me.
Okay. Before we do that, let's hop on to Jennifer and Will. How are you guys gonna handle the maintenance guy in the room?
Just for clarification, he's in the same, like, here's the door and we're on the opposite side of the door and he's there, and then we're
Yes.
still below the stage?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to just wait for them to cause a scene and then we'll stun him when it happens? Like, kind of saying it very low to Jennifer.
Well, we can do that, or we can try to stun him now if you can catch him, so his body doesn't make a big thump.
Okay. Either way, he's gonna... Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to try to move in to use my stun gun on him.
Are you waiting until the show starts, or are you just going to use the stun gun on him now?
Well, we're trying to get to the thing first, or are we waiting? Oh, I'm still a little lost in the plan. I guess we'll wait for the distraction. Yeah? No? I'm looking at Will, like, now?
Stun him and I'll catch him.
Okay. So I'll go to stun him now.
Okay. Give me a subterfuge and composure.
Two 10s.
Okay. 2 10s. Reroll those.
And a 6 and another 10. So,
Okay, reroll that.
And okay. No more.
No more?
That's where
okay.
I stop.
So that's 3 successes. Yeah. You're like, you sneak up to him with your stun gun and you just straight right in the neck, and he's like, ah! And
I'm gonna try to grab him, catch him before he falls on the ground.
give me a dexterity and fuck, there's been a stealth check this entire time. I've been trying to use subterfuge. Give me a dexterity and composure. Dexterity and composure.
Two 10s and a 9, which I get to reroll with my inspired.
No, you can only do that with computer rolls.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So 2 10s and 2 8s.
That's an exceptional success. So literally, as soon as this thing touches his neck and he starts falling, you catch him and you easily drag him off to the side. Please add 1 willpower to how many willpower you can have. You can have 1 more willpower for that. Since you already have a beneficial condition for 1 previous success, I'm a little worried to give you another one, but you can have more willpower. So, back to Winifred and Rowan. So, Rowan, you have just created a great scene, and just the one of the producers is almost literally salivating at your story, and they're like, "She did go to the cops. She went here." And they're just flabbergasted and delighted that was your decision. You have tickets in hand, and you look over. The line is starting to move towards the studio, and you look at Winifred, and Winifred looks troubled.
Yeah, like I was gonna run over to her as soon as I got the tickets.
Okay, so you run over to Winifred. This guy is slowly starting, like, now that the line is moving, this guy, he immediately turns away from Winifred to move on, to hand his ticket over to the bouncer and get in, leaving you alone. Well, not alone, but you moving in line with Winifred.
When we got the tickets, we're gonna find out what happened to Ash, like the other tree.
Oh my god. I'm just like shocked and I guess pretending to like hold my belly, and I'm trying to stay composed because of what just happened. I have some inklings. I'm gonna like whisper to Rowan, be like, "I think that guy's got a gun.
Be a distraction.
We may not have to be a distraction. We could be extra distraction, but I think that guy's got a gun."
Okay, we can be extra distraction, but I would like for people to not be killed. Please.
I agree, but like,
Hey.
I'm pretty sure that guy's got a gun.
Okay, do you want me to, like, knock him out or something?
No, I think we should, I don't know, I think we should get inside and then blow the whistle on it and then maybe pull the fire alarm.
Okay,
I think pulling a fire alarm, you have to have a fire marshal come out to turn that off. Like, you have to have the fire department come and turn that off.
okay, I'm gonna text the group chat, the GC.
And I'm just gonna send out a quick text, just be like, dude in audience might have gun, 5 question marks. Gonna pull the fire alarm, we'll send text when about to do that.
Okay, and so you guys, everybody gets that text as you are stepping through into the studio. How are you? How's Will and Jennifer feeling about man with gun? Question mark. Do you guys do you reply?
I just have a look of like surprise, like, oh, perfect. ... Send.
I'll look at Jennifer. She's famous, right? This is what people do when they're angry.
It's a good thing for us.
I guess so.
So, Rowan and Winifred enter, and the crowd filters through these chairs that look very uncomfortable. They are not padded. They don't have like armrests or anything. They are just folding chairs that are just on a raised dais. You know the thing.
Stadium seating.
Yeah, stadium seating that are all folding chairs. They look uncomfortable. And you guys are able to sit right up front.
So I am gonna look at Rowan. I'm gonna be like, how much time do we have?
You guys have, like, everybody's filing in. You have maybe, like, 2 more minutes.
Yeah, we got like 2 minutes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go find the security by the fire alarm, and I'm gonna go tell them the description of the guy with the gun, and hopefully they'll leave. Wait for them to take him outside, and then pull the fire alarm, and hopefully that's our distraction enough. I mean, the guards will be away, and the fire alarm, they have to evacuate everyone.
Okay. If they don't leave for that, do you have a water bottle on you?
Jen, do I have a water bottle on me?
If you guys are planning on doing what I think Rowan is trying to pull, yeah, you can have a fucking water bottle if you want.
Then, yeah, I got a water bottle on me.
Okay.
I always bring water.
Okay, so like unscrew the top a little bit and just like put it in your pants a little bit. And if that doesn't work, then you can just be like, oh no, the stress, labor, water breaking.
Is that going to get away from evacuate? I mean, I'll do it. Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
if you can get the guards to like freak out at like, oh no, the miracle of life, and you
Yeah.
start screaming and you need help,
Yeah.
I can come up and throw a fire alarm.
Yeah. Men don't particularly like anything that has to deal with the vagina. So, yeah.
They're a little afraid of it. So.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. That's a good backup plan. I love backup plans. You know this. Awesome. Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Yes.
The crowd is falling silent.
I'm getting up,
Mhm.
and I'm heading to the guards now
Okay.
that.
Yep. So, Rowan, are you gonna sit down at your seat or?
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and I'm like holding the finger in the box just open on my lap, and anyone like sitting next to me, I'm just gonna be like, you might be my brothers.
People are uncomfortable and avoiding you.
Good. That way, if I have to get up and run for no fucking reason, they won't think it's that weird.
Okay. So, as Winifred is heading towards the guard, the lights dim, and people start applauding. You see a well manicured, just she's wearing she's Asian, but her hair is in kind of like a reportery kind of haircut, and she's wearing pastels. Like she looks like a suburban mom, and you know her to be Dana Watanabe. And she holds her hand out to everybody and says, "Hello, my Illumination! I am so happy to see all of you." Oh, she looks around and is like, you know, I know tonight is going to be a great night, but I could not help the feeling that someone is going to betray me tonight. And as she's saying that, Winifred, you approach to the guard.
Yep.
Yeah, and the guard looks at you and he's... is everything all right, miss?
No, I was talking to this guy in line, and he seemed a little, I don't know, I don't want to use the word uneasy, but he made me uneasy, and I think he might have a gun, and I think he might be gonna shoot Miss Dana over there on the stage. He was talking about how she's fake and how she's cheating people, and I'm worried he might have a gun.
Okay. Give me an empathy and empathy. I was gonna say manipulation, but I'm like, no, it's true that he has a gun. So give me an expression and composure roll. And again, you can use willpower if you are super low on dice for that kind of roll. Feel free to use a willpower if you have it.
Now, with the willpower, how many dice does that give me?
3.
Okay, so I have 7. Oh, well, that doesn't count. Never mind. But I do have a 10. Just one.
Okay. Did you re-roll it? You gotta re-roll your 10s, man.
Just letting you know what I had.
It's good. You just gotta re-roll those 10s, though.
It's an 8.
That's an 8. Cool. 2 successes. Perfect. So the guy is like, that's very serious. Thank you for letting us know.
And I'll give him the full description. My red hair, and it looked like it was on this side, and he was about this tall. Yeah.
Okay. So this is how the scene unfolds. I'm gonna say this is the moment. Yeah, what's up?
Can I stay next to the fire alarm? Like off to the side.
So one guard like looks at his guard partner, and they both leave, leaving you able to position yourself near the fire alarm. This is how the scene unfolds. I feel like this is the moment where your plan is coming into fruition, and this is the scene that happens because of all of your preparation. Dana is starting her, the crowd is looking a little uneasy because Dana has just pulled like a Robin Williams, is like when he's doing his Jesus joke, one of you will betray me tonight. Is it me, Jesus? No, not you. Is it me, Jesus? Anyway, you can is it me, Jesus? She makes eye contact with Rowan. And, you can see the guards silently approaching this guy who is in the back, kind of sitting in a shadowy corner. And you can see them go talking to him, and at first it's silent. At first, they're just quietly talking to him, but then everybody, you start hearing kind of a scuffle. You kind of start hearing their voices slowly starting to raise, and Dana stops as she hears their voices raise. This guy, he's like, no, you cannot. I'm not allowing you to search me. I am just here in the audience trying to enjoy this show, and you're trying to pat me down. And the security guards is like, it's a security measure. We have a threat. And he says, oh, a threat like this? And you guys hear a shot ring out.
I immediately pull that fire alarm.
Okay. As soon as this shot rings out, the fire alarm is pulled. Jennifer and Will, you guys hear gunfire, and immediately the fire alarm starts ringing and sprinklers are going everywhere. What are you guys doing?
Making a beeline for that safe.
Yep, heading towards the safe.
How are you guys getting to the safe? There's only a vent that's like arm size that the fog machine goes through. That was.
Well, that sucks, because for some reason I thought that there was like a way to like the north door or something like that.
Oh, okay. Give me really quick. Give me a wits and intelligence check really quick, both of you.
an 8 and a 10, and the 10 is another 8.
Okay.
So
1
3.
8.
1 8. Okay. So, Jennifer, at first you're like, oh fuck, we kind of, we planned this wrong. There wasn't a way to get up there from here, but you do see another vent deeper in there. You guys are gonna have to figure. Maybe somebody's gonna have to stand on somebody's shoulders or something, but you might be able to push this vent up and get to the stage above.
Jennifer, you want to climb in? Do you have a tool if you need it?
I have the multi-tool, but you're the one that knows how to open the safe, right? So shouldn't you be on top?
All right.
Let's do this.
Okay. So Jennifer, you're gonna try to. So what I want to happen, Jennifer, let's do a strength and athletics to be able to hoist, or actually a strength and stamina. Give me a strength and stamina,
Okay.
to be able to hoist Will up there and keep him up there long enough for him to unscrew this vent to pull himself up.
Cool, yeah, let's do this.
And
He has a
Will-
multi-tool.
Yeah, and Will, I want you to give me, let's see, what kind of multi-tool do you have? Or what kind of bonuses does the multi-tool give you? Okay, so the multi-tool die bonus +1. So what you're going to do, give me a dexterity / yeah, no, just give me a larceny and dexterity check with 1 extra dice for the multi-tool.
So I rolled my staminas.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get anything above an 8, so I'm going to use a willpower.
Okay, roll 3 extra dice.
Yes. And got a 9.
Okay, perfect, that's all you need.
You said that if we don't have something, what was it that we were to roll?
So you can roll, and you can roll a chance die, or you can also elect to use a willpower and get 3 dice.
Okay, I will use a willpower.
Okay.
I have 1 8.
1 8, that's all you need. Okay, you guys barely managed to do it. So and it's hard because like the sprinklers are going, everything is getting wet, and the alarm is so fucking stressful right now. But Will manages to unscrew all of the things, and the trapdoor flies open. And Will, I'm just gonna let you pull yourself up, and you are right behind the wall for the set. You can probably run around and get to the safe from there. While you're doing that, Winifred and Rowan, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I'm glad you asked. The moment I hear the gunshot, I'm going to stand up and throw the box at Dana.
Okay. I fucking love that. Okay.
Total surprise. I'm just gonna be like,
Okay.
And then, I'm going to run on stage and just be like, you need to leave now.
Okay, so Dana, I'm going to give Dana a wits and composure roll to
Pocket finger.
Yeah. Okay, she fails, and you launch a finger into her hands, and she goes, ah! and immediately drops it, and it's like, ah! she's flipping the fuck out. And runs. She is running the fuck out of there. In fact, she bumps into Will and looks at him and he can see like the fear in her eyes, and she is bolting out the back door.
Okay, and then I'm gonna run over to the safe too to see if they need help.
Okay, Jennifer, or I'm sorry, Winifred, what are you doing?
I am following Rowan.
Okay, you are following Rowan. So you
keeping an eye out, making sure nobody's gonna like try and I don't know, try and stop us from doing what we're doing. Maybe I'm pretending to like rush people out of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll like usher people out, considering I have, triage.
You have the you also have the crystal ball.
No, we talked about giving it to
Will. Have you already given it to Will?
Yeah, we gave it in the beginning because it just didn't make sense for me to have. If they were going to be breaking open the.
Okay, no problem. Will, you meet Rowan at the safe.
All right, I will start to do the factory reset on the safe.
Okay. So, what we are going to do, that's going to be give me a computer and intelligence check. Remember, you get 9 agains. But because you're not doing anything specifically like hacky, we're not including your +2 hacking.
Okay. As I'm doing this, make sure the cameras aren't on or on us.
The cameras have been left on, and they are definitely pointed toward you.
Yeah, as soon as I notice that, I'm just gonna kind of like mad dash haphazardly just like knock the cameras askew.
Okay, sounds good to me. Give me a subterfuge and manipulation roll.
I got a 9 and I'm re-rolling, and that was a 7.
Okay, so you got 1 success. That's good enough.
Got a 10 and a 10. Okay, 2 10s.
2 10s? Okay, cool. So you barely managed to pop open this safe, and inside is the crystal ball. And as you see this crystal ball, Rowan, you are quietly knocking over the cameras in the chaos. So
switching.
Okay, you put your hand on the crystal ball, take it, you put the fake one back in, slam it shut. As you turn around and the place is still in chaos, but it seems crowded in here, like claustrophobically crowded. But you have it.
How's the north exit looking?
So people are smushing themselves to get out of most of the exits, but it doesn't seem like very many people know about the north exit, so it's pretty clear.
Let's go this way.
Okay. So, Jennifer, how are you getting out?
I imagine I had also studied the blueprints a bit with Will, so probably go out kind of the way of which I came.
Okay.
Or unless there was another like side door exit or something like that.
Give me an intelligence and streetwise check to remember the way you went.
Streetwise. Ha! A 10!
A 10? Perfect. Roll it again.
And a 2. So a 10.
A 10. Wait, was that a chance die, or did you have 1 die in one of them?
I had 1 die.
Okay. Okay. So you successfully managed to remember where to go, and you climb up the ladder, and you can hear all of the commotion in your earpiece. Like they're struggling to get people out, and somebody's like, "There's a gun! Call the cops!" What's Will, Rowan, and Winifred doing? Are you guys just headed out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow Will. Like once I'm done knocking all the cameras around, I'm just gonna be like, all right, you know the blueprints, you know the best way out. Following you.
I honestly wouldn't. Yeah, I wasn't waiting. I was just heading out.
Okay.
If I had the crystal ball, like I'm just going.
Okay, then
Okay.
just look for the nearest exit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Winifred, why don't you give me a wits and composure check to see them in the chaos, because you were a little ways away from Will and Rowan when they make their exit.
Is it?
This is for Winifred, because she is separated from you two, and there's a lot of chaos happening. So we're checking to see if she sees which way you guys are going.
I had 2 successes.
2 successes? Perfect. So she sees which way you're going. Do you go that way, or are you going to try and go with the crowd?
I think I'm gonna go with the crowd because I feel like I'm too matched up with them to try and head upstream. So I'm gonna head downstream, like my grandpappy always told me.
Okay, sounds good. So you follow the flow of the crowd, and you manage to get out pretty easily, and so do Rowan and Will. You guys all managed to get out pretty easily. Like honestly, despite all the planning you did paid off. You managed to get out. You got the crystal ball, and where do you guys meet back up?
Is
Getaway
the
car?
van? Yeah, is the van still in sight?
The van, the van had left, but you see it pulling up to the front gate of the studio as you guys are running. So
Just booking it towards it.
I'd head that way. I'd head from the front or the door that everybody's at.
Okay.
And I would head where I think the van would be picking us up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run around to the front where my assumption is we got dropped off somewhere. Rendezvous point is where we got dropped off, so I'm gonna head back over there.
Okay. So all of you meet up at the van. Vox is poking his head out at you guys. He's like, come on, door's unlocked.
Getting in.
Okay, you guys get in, and I think you've got what you came for. You're ready. I think this is a good time to have a break. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us for Effervescent Illuminations. Our party has gotten the thing, and now they gotta go give it to the person that made them get the thing, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna take a 10-minute break. Chris, will you remind everybody of our socials and shit like that?
Hey, so obviously you're watching Ladies and Gentledice, special World of Darkness edition. If you're just joining us, you can catch it on our YouTube channel, Ladies and Gentledice. We upload new episodes on Monday mornings, and our new episodes premiere on Twitch every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Reruns on the last episode on Twitch every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Keep up on our shenanigans on Twitter at Gentledice or Ladies and Gentledice on Instagram. You can come join us on our Discord too. The invite link is in our link tree, which is being posted somewhere in chat, maybe. And if you didn't catch all that, don't worry, you'll hear it again soon. And once again, this is our first ever live show, Effervescent Illuminations, which is today. Join us.
Thank you so much, everybody. We will be back in 10 minutes. All right? Hello and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for waiting with us through our break. This is Effervescent Illuminations, a World of Darkness one-shot with Ladies and Gentledice, including special guest Maya, one of my very good friends whom I love so much. Chris, you have stuff to say?
That I do. You are watching Ladies and Gentledice, our special World of Darkness edition. If you're just joining us, you can catch up on our YouTube channel, Ladies and Gentledice, where we upload new episodes every Monday morning. I'm assuming we'll also upload this thing. And then our new episodes premiere on Twitch every Sunday at 4 p.m. and reruns of that last episode will air on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, also on Twitch. Keep up with our shenanigans on Twitter at Gentledice or at Ladies and Gentledice on Instagram. You can come join us on Discord too. The invite link is in our link tree, which will be posted potentially in the chat. And if you didn't catch all that, don't worry, you'll hear it again soon. And once again, this is our first ever live show, Effervescent, which is just a hard word for me to say, Illuminations, which is today a World of Darkness.
Thank you so much, Chris. You are doing a wonderful job on announcements, by the way. I absolutely love it. So, where we last left off, our party was tasked by Eudora Humble, a mysterious owner of a kink club known as the Serpent's Take. She gathered all of our party together because they all owed her shit, and she was like, get me this crystal ball. And they were like, what about another crystal ball? And she was like, no, absolutely fucking not. Figure out how to get this crystal ball for me. So they figured out how to get this crystal ball for her. They broke into a live show called Effervescent Illuminations, and they have successfully, after a few trials, they have successfully taken the crystal ball and are now back in the van, headed towards probably the Serpent's Take again, something like that. And now you know. We'll go from there, I guess. So you guys pile back into the van. Door closes behind you. You hear the of the door locking. And you guys have the thing. Will, you are holding the crystal ball, yes? So you get into the van, and you notice that there's somebody else there. It's not just you four anymore, and Vox at the wheel. There's a person sitting there, curled into a ball, upright, his head leaning on the back, facing towards the back of the passenger seat headrest, facing away from you.
Do I recognize this person?
You cannot see his face.
Is he, like, asleep?
He is not moving. Just staring with his head down, or just with his head down, curled into a ball right behind the passenger seat.
And Vox is the one who is driving, right?
Vox is driving, yes.
Okay. Vox, who do you have next to you?
Vox turns around. Huh? Who? What? And they're in the back with you, facing towards the back of the passenger seat.
I look at everybody else. Do you want to move them?
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. Rowan, Jennifer, Winifred, move who? It's just you four.
We don't see this person?
Are you talking about the equipment? Do you want the equipment moved? I'm pretty sure it's stationary.
You don't see there's a person here, sitting here. They're facing forward.
Yeah, that's Vox, and he's driving, I think.
No,
Yes,
there's another person right here. And, like, I'm still holding it, but, like, I indicate with my finger.
No, there's no one there, my dude.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, I
Did
don't see
you
no
smoke
one.
something?
Yeah, what
I,
okay.
All the way.
I didn't get hit, and I smoked black and milds.
Mine's better than German blacks. Did you like inhale some of the smoke or something on your way up? Like, there's nobody here aside from the 5 of us.
I'm gonna hand off the crystal ball to whoever's next to me.
Who is next to you? Who wants to take the crystal ball? Okay. Rowan, you take the crystal ball.
100%, yeah, 100% Rowan shit to be like.
Yeah. Rowan, you put your hands on the crystal ball, and Will, as you take your hands away, you don't see anything there anymore. Rowan, you see a male figure curled into a ball, facing towards the back of the passenger front seat.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I see him now.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. And I'll go back to take the crystal ball.
Yeah, were you?
I'm gonna assume I hand it over.
I'm a suit. Yeah, like I'm going back to. No, okay.
If you guys want, you can do a contested roll.
No.
Like, if Will is like, no, actually give it back, then I'll give it back. But I'm just like holding on to it, just like.
Wait.
Do you want to inspect it? Do you know about crystal balls? Is it your thing? He's
Yeah.
he's saying that very condescendingly.
Yeah, it is, puppy. What about it?
Winifred, what was that? What was that you said?
So both y'all are seeing the same thing?
Yeah. Well, yes. Like,
Is it the same person or is it a different person?
I don't know. What did he look like to you, Will?
Did you say hair color?
He has sandy brown hair and pale skin, and he's wearing a very dirty, like his shirt, and his shirt is very dirty, and so are his khaki pants. The bottom of his pants have a bunch of mud on the bottom of them, and they look ripped.
Some dirty homeless man with sandy colored hair laying curled up right there.
Does that description sound familiar?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have sandy hair and look kind of homeless, so I feel like that's too vague to know.
Well, I mean, like that's who I'm saying. I feel kind of weird talking about him as though he's not there. I'm gonna.
Technically, he's not there for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't see anything, so.
Rowan, is he?
I'm gonna like move forward and just like try to nudge the guy with my shoulder a little bit, or just like.
Okay. So, you holding the crystal ball, you like kind of poke your leg at him, and it doesn't go through him. It seems like holding the crystal ball, he might be physically there for you. It takes a long time for him to react, but you're staring at him, and he feels your foot like bump against him, and slowly he lifts his head up and turns his head toward you. And you see now that he is missing an eye. You can see past his hair that he's missing an ear.
Are you missing a finger too, by chance? In your heart?
He lifts his He lifts his hand up and he is missing his right ring finger.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this in a really weird way.
He looks away from you. Sorry for
You
interrupting.
appear to be the person whose body parts we were given by Eudora.
And what?
He isn't looking at you. Instead, he is looking at Winifred. And says,
Okay, you're looking at her. I'm gonna give her this ball, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay? Hey, Winnie. He wants to talk to you.
Winifred, do you take the ball? Do you want a ball, Winifred? Do you
I
get
guess
the ball?
I'll take it briefly.
Okay.
Talk to you.
Winifred, as soon as your hands close around this crystal ball, your blood runs cold.
I immediately drop this ball.
I fucking die for it.
I try to go for it. Like, no, we are not doing this again.
Okay. Will, give me a dexterity and composure check to catch it.
1-8 and 1-8.
Okay, that's good enough. At first it touches the tips of your fingers, and at first you're like, oh fuck, it's gonna fall out, but it just slides right into your cupped hands.
Can you fucking not drop this?
I do not want to see that face ever again. Do
Oh,
not give me that ball.
Then just don't fucking touch it. Hand it to one of us. Jesus Christ.
Who is it?
My ex. And you kind of see like Winnie start to tear up and go sit by the door.
Your ex. Did you send Eudora after him?
No, I did not send anyone after him. We came here to get away from small town life. Big things. I didn't want to be with him, but I was forced. He decided to go to this cool new club to spice some things up in our relationship. After a fight, he thought it would make things better, and we had another fight in the club, and I don't remember what happened after that. And all of a sudden, I had a job working at this club. And if you get real close, you'll kind of notice that there's like a extra makeup under one of her eyes, trying to cover up bruising.
How long have you been working for her?
GM, how long have I been working for her?
Probably just a couple, maybe like a week and a half if you're still hiding bruising with makeup.
Probably about a week, maybe a week and a half.
Sounds like he got what he fucking deserved.
All I know is 1 minute I was living in hell, and the next minute I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was working for a real nice lady in this real weird bar. But honestly, I don't mind making pretty decent money in a city I don't really know about. But honestly, this is the first time in a while that I felt like I was free, you know? And honestly, I'd do anything she really asks. That's why I kind of just up and came to do this thing. you know. But I don't want to see that face ever again. Do not hand me that ball.
Yeah, we won't make you. Hey, Will.
Yeah.
He's solid when you're holding the ball if you want to, punch him. Just saying.
It's none of my business. He already got taken care of.
So you guys, during all this time, Vox has been driving quietly, weirdly quietly. And
oh yeah, you're here.
Right around then, the van slows to a stop. You hear the quiet squeaking of the quiet squeaking of the wheels, and Vox, you hear Vox's voice say, "Wait here for a second. I gotta take care of something." And
The fuck?
he gets out of the van and closes the door.
Does he lock the van?
The van is locked.
He locked us in here.
Yeah, I checked. Did he take the keys with him? I take it.
Okay, so the keys, yes, are gone.
The little screen
Mm-hmm.
that's between us. Are there screws?
It's more of like a welded little gate. There aren't screws, but there are hinges.
I've got a crowbar in my bag.
Okay.
Let's try that.
So how this is going to work is you guys are going to get 3 attempts to leave this van. And that is, so somebody's not going to be able to have an attempt to get out of the van.
Would I be able to hack into the locking mechanism in the van?
The van, give me a computer intelligence check.
And do I get the +2 because of the hacking or no?
Right now, you do not get the +2 because of the hacking, because right now you're trying to figure out if that's a thing you can even do.
Okay. 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8s, and a 10. Rerolling the 10, and a 4th 8.
Okay, so that is an exceptional success. So you have expended 1 willpower. You can take off that expansion. You now have another willpower to use. While you are not able to, like, the locking mechanisms aren't hooked up to Wi-Fi or anything like that. You won't be able to use your computer skills to do that. However, what you do know is the computers inside this car. You now have access to any information you want. You have full access to these computers and whatever information is held inside these computers inside the van.
I'll start digging.
Okay. Okay, sounds
for
good.
anything suspicious.
Okay. First, does anybody want to make an attempt to leave the van, and how do you do so?
If we can hotwire the van, then we can just drive off.
You first
I
have
look to Will.
You first have to get to the front seat, and there is a locked gate between you and the front seat.
I have a lockpicking kit.
You have a lockpicking kit? Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
I also have a crowbar, so if the lockpicking kit don't work, we
Okay.
can.
So again, you have 3 attempts to get out of this van. So the first one, we'll have Rowan try the lockpicking kit. This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to have a difficulty rating, basically. So Rowan, you are good to attempt to unlock the van with your lockpicking kit and the bonuses therein. You are going to be taking a larceny dexterity roll plus whatever bonuses your lockpicking kit, but you need to get more than 2 successes in order for it to work.
Okay. I got 1.
Ah, fuck. Okay, so that is 1 success. Will, is there anything specific that you are looking for?
7 dice.
Anything related to this crystal ball? If any information about Vox and this time frame, if he had like a what is this special meeting?
You find a group chat that is in there. It seems to be Vox with two other people. The other names are Lily and Haywood. And Haywood's type set is very proper sentences, and Lily seems to use a lot of abbreviations and misspelling. Like she has a lot of duplicate messages trying to spell a word right. And so what you find is a list of updates from Vox to these two people about the entirety of your guys' journey of the night. But what's most interesting to you is at the very beginning of the night, you see successfully infiltrated, or successfully not infiltrated is not the word I'm looking for. Successfully intercepted the humans. I'll get them. We'll get them to the studio and then to our spot.
I'm reading this out loud to them while they're doing that.
So, Tara, do you want to, or I'm sorry, Winifred, do you want to attempt to crowbar the front or the back of the front or the back of the van?
What does the front look like?
The front is a gate to the front seat, and then the back is just the back door to a van.
I guess I'll do the front.
Okay, so here I'm gonna have you make a strength and athletics roll with whatever bonuses you get from your crowbar. Let me look. I should be able to find the.
According to this, I get a +2, so would that be 2 dice?
Yep, exactly. So strength plus athletics plus the 2 die. You must get more than 2 successes.
GM, I have a question too.
Yeah, what's up?
Considering Will's relationship with Eudora, does he happen to have like a contact number with her?
He does have a contact number for her, but remember, your electronics are not working in this van.
But I am using a computer right now, so would I be able to use the computer and send her a text message hacking through the whatever, or I don't know. I think
Um,
there's a way to send text messages online, so that's where my brain is.
You know what? Yeah, that's a thing. First, let's resolve what's going on with Winifred, and then I'll have you do a check for that. Okay?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to balance a itchy cat and roll dice at the same time.
No problem.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Awesome. So, first, before you break open the front of the door, Will, why don't you, you know what? Since you had a critical success in your last computer check, yeah, you can just send a text to Eudora using like a Google number, right? You can just make a number on Google and send text that way. What does the text say?
SOS. Received item have been intercepted, and am I able to like figure out our
Your location?
There we go. Not location, but longitude, latitude, kind of dealio, exact spot.
Yes, you are able to locate it, exactly where you are via the GPS on the computer in the van. As Winifred is trying to pry open the gate to the front seat, you receive a reply that says "Good boy," and then an address.
She sent me an address?
Yes.
Do I know this address?
Nope. It just seems like that's where if you're able to get out, that's where she wants you to go.
Okay. Eudora knows. She just sent us an address, so we need to get out of here.
Okay. And as you're doing that, finally, Jennifer is able to pry open the door, and you have access to the front seat.
Okay, do one of you know how to hotwire a vehicle? Or hack it? I don't know. How old's this van? Does it seem like it has like electronic compartments?
The van itself, like there's technology for the computers in the van, but the van itself is old.
I mean, I can drive. Does that count?
Yeah, but you need to figure out how to start the van first.
It looks like he took the keys. Like if we pull down the visors, there's no keys in the visors, and there's nothing in the glove box.
It seems like Vox has taken the keys.
All right.
So, Will, Eudora knows, and she's not sending anyone to help us?
No, she sent an address.
And she still has to keep her hands clean.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're expendable, is what that means.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I did. I just...
You guys, as you guys are kind of like bickering and trying to figure out what to do with the van, you hear the roar of well, first you see there while you guys haven't been paying attention, there's a couple new messages in the group chat. Lily says, "Take too long. Need to do something for Elder." And then you see Haywood reply, "Almost there." And as that's happening, you hear the roar of like a motorcycle engine.
What would be required to hotwire a car?
I would need a larceny wits roll. And you would need more than 2 successes.
Well, I mean, I can give it a shot. My uncle used to do this back in the day. We also used to steal catalytic converters for some money. I can try.
You can hear the engine turn off, and from outside the van you hear, "Hey little pigs, come out, you're taking too long."
I have my taser ready. And my brass knuckles.
Yeah, I've got my brass knuckles and I'm just like...
I have the stun gun from the police or the security, and I'll throw the other one, and whoever catches it can have it.
Okay. How's your larceny wits roll? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. So there's footsteps coming towards the van, and you hear that voice again. "I said you're taking too long." And there's a rumble in the van before the door of the back of the van comes clean off. And you see the face of a very pale man with blonde hair, just ripped, like muscles on his muscles, and he has a wild look in his eyes as he smiles at you. "Don't make me huff and puff. Just hand over the crystal." I will let someone else attempt a larceny wits roll to try.
I will.
Okay, try it. 2 successes.
And what need do you have for such an item?
So you don't have it, of course. This isn't the kind of shit that humans need to be messing around with. So, it's just...
Are you trying to imply you're not a human?
Oh, honey. What is the result of your roll, Rowan?
10, 9, and an 8.
Fuck yeah. So, you successfully hotwire the car, and you rev it, and you hear a laugh. And the van squeals, but it doesn't go anywhere. The back of the van lifts, and those of you in the back can see this man holding the back of the van up with just one arm.
And
Can I go to tase his hand that's holding?
Yeah.
Use
my stun gun too.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, stun gun. It's not a tase, but what's the difference?
I'm just gonna speak over over the back of my shoulder and be like, "Is he not a human? Can you get his name for me and some pictures? Can you do this?"
Not human, busy.
Okay, I'm like, this is great for my podcast.
Okay, so what you're going to do is, how do you want to? So this one is going to be, a little bit different. He's not contesting you. He's just standing there, so you can tase him. Let me see.
I also have 2 tasers, so can I go double, or is that just too much?
You can try and double tase him. Let me look at the taser abilities. 'Cause, you know, this isn't the kind of shit that humans need to be messing around with. So, you know, it's just...
Okay, The stun gun. I'm assuming they're the same thing, but
Okay, so okay, so you need to make a dexterity plus weaponry roll, unless you would like to fire from range, and in that case you need to use dexterity plus firearms, and basically, and it's against his defense, which he's not even defending against it, so just all you need is at least one success to get him.
okay, I'll do dex and firearms.
Okay.
We can all roll if we're using a stun gun, right? Or is this just...
You guys, yeah, everybody can roll using a stun gun.
Okay. I'm gonna use a willpower since I don't have weaponry.
Okay, feel free to do that.
So I got 110.
You got
And then-
110?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. I just roll the ones for the one attack, right? Not for each stun gun.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have you roll once. For in this case, Will, what did you get?
I failed.
You failed. Okay.
I don't have anything.
If you would like to make that.
Oh wait, I lied. I thought it was a 6. It's a 9.
Okay.
So I have 1 9.
Okay, so that's 2 hits. Does anybody or Winifred, do you have another stun gun? Or okay. So you guys at the Jennifer and Will, you guys having taken out 3 people together, you guys are on the same fucking wavelength. You guys look at each other, get the stun guns, and then you Will goes for the neck with the taser, and while you shoot with him, and the man is like, "Oh, you're gonna use those? Ow, fuck!" and drops the van with a thud, and you guys squeal off. You guys are now in a chase because the van is going, and Rowan for a second has trouble. Well, actually, Rowan, give me a driving composure roll really quick, because the van wasn't moving, and then all of a sudden it is now. So driving composure to make sure you don't crash into anything when you're suddenly moving forward at full speed.
Double 8s.
Double 8's cool. So you managed to not hit anything, which is perfect, and you guys are squealing away from this insane strong man. However, you're looking at the open back of the van, and he is taken off in a run, and he seems to be keeping pace.
Then I gun it harder.
You gun it harder. You guys are now in a chase, and that is a thing that has mechanics.
Is there anything that I can push out of the van to cause as debris so that he might trip on it as he's running?
So, how this chase is going to work is we are going to work in kind of an initiative order. Or we're not really in initiative order. We're going to go in a circle, and then he is also going to be doing his own rolls. How this works is whoever gets to a certain amount of successes first wins the chase. In your case, if you get a certain amount of successes, you will escape from him. However, if he gets a certain amount of successes before you get to your number, he will catch the van. So, how this is going to work is I will let you guys decide amongst yourselves what roles, what you want to do to keep him at bay. And he's going to do his own thing. And basically, you guys cumulatively, all 4 of you together, need to make 10 successes to successfully get away. Because he is by himself, he needs to get 6 successes in order to catch you. So, you guys need to get 10 successes before he gets 6. Okay? So, Will, we'll start with you. You wanna throw shit at him to try and get him to trip? So what?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna do to do that is we're going to do we'll do a dexterity / weaponry roll.
Am I able to use another willpower?
Do you have any left?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
One 8, 1 9, 2 9. That's it.
Okay, so that is 3 successes. You guys need 7 more to successfully escape from him. Next up, let's do Rowan. I would assume since you're driving, do you want to take like evasive maneuvers in the van?
Yeah, I'm basically just gonna start driving and trying. Actually, I'm gonna try to get on the freeway.
You're gonna try to get on the freeway? Perfect. So, give me a wits and drive.
That is 2 9s.
2 9s. So you now have 5 successes. 5 more and you successfully escape. So, Winifred, what would you like to do?
I would like to pull out my pepper spray.
And try to spray him in the eyeballs?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Give me a...
According to my sheet, it says I need like an athletics, dexterity, and then something else.
Yeah, let's just do athletics and dexterity.
Yeah.
We won't even have him contest it.
Each yard is a range category. So 1 yard is short range, 2 yards is medium. Okay. Dexterity, athletics. Okay. Oh Jesus! I only got 2.
You only got 2 successes? That's still that's 7, so you only need 3 more and you guys successfully escape. So, what are you gonna do, Jennifer?
I'm assuming with the amount of times I've used the stun guns, if it's like the ranged one, they only like work one time for like the load.
So you won't be able to shoot him again.
Yeah. And due to the distance, I think I'm just going to try to get whatever out of this cart and follow Will's lead.
Okay. You will do the same roll as Will did. I guess what did I have him do? It was weaponry plus dexterity? Dexterity plus weaponry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dex plus weaponry, you said?
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Oh, you were so close. It was a failure. It was like almost on the 0, and then it rolled to the 4. So
okay. So if you would like a, I would be willing to, if you were willing to take a dramatic failure, I'd be willing to give you a helpful condition.
Or I could use another willpower.
You can use another willpower if you have it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use the willpower.
Okay.
Oh, an 8 and then 2 7s. But
okay, so you only need 2 more successes in order to escape from this man. But now it is Haywood's turn, and he is going to do a dexterity he's going to do a dexterity and resolve roll. Okay, so 1, 9, 1, 8. So he's got 2 successes. So, Will, you are up next. You just need 2 more successes to successfully escape from this man.
I'm gonna take my multi-tool. Is
Mhm.
it kind of hefty?
A multi-tool, I would think it's like a Swiss Army knife, which aren't that hefty.
I've seen some kind of hefty ones.
I mean, the multi-tool I have fits in my wallet. It's like credit card size.
Let me look. Let me look at the multi-tool. Okay, durability size 1, so it is not very big.
Okay. Is there a sharp pointy end?
I mean, you could take out the pen knife.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to fucking throw it at him. Oh,
Okay.
that's terrible.
Okay, give me a weaponry and dexterity roll. 2 more successes. That's all you need.
Okay. I'm gonna use another willpower.
Okay, use your willpower.
Oh god, I just dropped it.
How many willpower do you have left?
5.
Haven't you been using them?
Yes. I've been taking them off as I go.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
I've also gained like 2.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Ooh, I like the hammer.
These are the 2 multi-tools we have.
I have an 8 and a 10. Gonna re-roll that 10. And it was a 1.
Okay, that is exactly what you needed. So this guy, he's catching up, and you're like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? And you grab your multi-tool, your Swiss Army knife, and you're like, you take out the penknife bit, and you're like, and then you do a quick, prayer, and then you chuck it as hard as you can, and it lands right in his fucking eye. And you hear him go, "Ah! You stupid bastard!" He yells and finally stops in the middle of the freeway. And you guys are speeding off, and you can see and as you're speeding off, you can see in the distance a car suddenly flip upside down as it hits him, and then immediately, like action movie style, just like hit him, just kind of crumple around him, and then flip and go over him and land on the ground. You guys have successfully escaped this insanely strong man.
As soon as I kind of catch wind that he stopped, I'd be like, "Oh, I didn't get to say my joke. Hey, would you please stop chasing us?"
Just keep driving.
Yeah. Hey, Will, what's the address you got?
I'll read off the address.
Okay. The address is relatively close by. You just know you need to step on it because it's starting to get close to your deadline.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna...
Okay. So you guys successfully escape from the man. You have a peaceful drive back. You find yourselves rolling downtown to Rowan, you recognize the address first because you're driving. It's a museum. It's the Natural History Museum that's located downtown. And as you pull up, you notice that there's a lot of other cars there. Which is weird because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. There are lights on. So it seems like people are there.
This is suspicious. It seems to be there's a gala, something going on at the Natural History Museum at 3 a.m.
This whole night has been nothing but suspicious. Whole night.
Can I send a text message to Eudora?
Yeah, send a text message to Eudora.
We're just outside the address, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're outside the address that you sent us.
Okay.
You want us to bring it in?
You receive a text back. Yes, don't worry, you're safe.
So she wants us to bring it in. And that we're safe.
Oh, that's very reassuring.
I mean, she saved me once, so.
Can you ask her what she calls you before we head in?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna head over there.
Doesn't seem like a trap at all. Of course not.
You should reload this stun gun. Just gonna.
Okay. Who has the crystal ball?
I think Will does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay, sounds good. So, do you guys all get together to enter the Natural History Museum? Okay. You enter the Natural History Museum, crystal ball in hand, and you are greeted with the sight of probably like 20 people milling about. Well, for most of you, it's about 20 people milling about. For Will, there's probably 50, 60 people. A lot of them have that dead eyed stare that the man in the van did. But you don't really notice them. Instead, you notice Eudora, who's standing wearing a tight black dress, looking very smug as she mingles with these people. And she sees you enter and gives you a smile that is very rare. She looks kind of happy to see you. And she looks at everybody and says, "Puppy and others, you did it. I'm so proud." Everyone else, there's probably like 20 people here. Vox is one of them. He's standing next to a woman that looks very unhappy. She's an older looking woman with pearls in her ears and her neck. She looks like old money, and she looks grumpy. And he is looking very sheepish.
Miss Humble, could we talk to you really quick, please? Privately. It's very urgent.
Eudora looks at you and kind of rolls her eyes. Yes, of course. I'm sure you would like an explanation. There are several. While there are maybe roughly 10, 11, 12 of these people are very fancy and upper class looking. There are Eudora, and maybe 5, and the rest of them look kind of scruffy. You see the woman with the red bandana that was in front of the bar there, and she looks kind of uncomfortable. And Eudora leads you to a side room and holds her hand out to Will.
Like, is she, like, wants me to take her hand or give her the crystal?
Give her the crystal ball. It's definitely, if she wanted you to take her hand, she would have gone like this, but she went like this.
Okay, yeah. I'll hand her the crystal.
She takes the crystal ball. Thank you, puppy. And looks, as she's holding it, she looks around and kind of frowns and shrugs. So I assume you're curious as to what exactly is going on, correct?
Yeah, why did Vox lock us in a van and some ass bucket named Haywood tried to kill us?
Yeah, someone claimed they weren't human and were chasing us, so.
Oh, it's likely because they wanted to win.
Was this a game?
Win?
Yeah, it was. I had a bet. I had a bet with one of the more important people in my social circle that I had some humans that could get this very important, very fancy item before any of them. And you did. I'm so proud. I also get a very important boon, you could say, for you winning. So I'm very proud of each of you. You did an amazing job, I must say.
Does that also mean we get a bonus?
No.
That doesn't quite seem fair.
You owed me, and I called in the favor, and you did the favor. You already got your reward before this ever happened.
Just some additional added stakes, that's all.
So, I have someone to turn this into, if you don't mind.
It works, by the way.
Yeah, works pretty well. There's someone in the van, by the way. I wonder if he fell out while we were doing the chase. Do you guys think he fell out? Is that a thing that could happen?
I noticed.
Oh my gosh, I can go check.
What's going on, Will?
Did I see the body
No,
fall when we were doing the chase?
he was not affected by any winds or anything during that time. Eudora looks at Winifred. You're welcome, by the way.
I was gonna tell you thank you.
She gives you a smug little smile before walking back into the crowd of people. You see Haywood has arrived. He has taken the multi-tool out of his eye, and it already seems fine. It's like you never got him. And Eudora walks to a man. He's about in his 40s, and he holds himself with like this quiet, regal energy. He looks at her and says, "Eudora, it seems you've won, for lack of a better term. You will have my boon as agreed. The item." And she says, "Of course, my prince," and hands it over to him. He takes the crystal ball, looks around, and he frowns. And he looks over at Vox and says, "This is useless. Throw it away, please." And Vox is like, "You got it, Mr. Prince, sir, your princeliness." And Eudora looks at you all and says, "All done. You can go home now." No, it's being disposed of.
But, like, that ball is the evidence, that crystal ball is the evidence that I need to, like, definitively prove that there are ghosts and weird shit going on if nowhere else in this town. Like,
I am going to give you a choice right now. Either you can go home and leave it alone for once in your life, or you can die here and be my dinner.
you still owe me that interview.
Yeah, I'll give it to you eventually. I'll have my people call your people.
Thanks
Will
for
I
your
see
support.
you later?
Yep. And as you guys are leaving, Eudora will gently grab the sleeve of Will. And she looks at you with kind of a frown. Puppy, you did an adequate job tonight. I have a proposition for you.
Well, I'd do anything for you.
Good. As you should. How do you feel about playing with the big dogs? And with that, we fade to black. The end. It was a race.
Oh my gosh.
That was so good.
I'm glad. Thank you guys. Thank you to my players. Thank you to everybody, all of my friends and other people that have all watched this adventure with us. Thank you guys all so much for showing up. I had so much fun developing the story with my friends Johnny and Ryan. I had so much fun running it. Everything about this was absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here for our first ever one shot and also our first ever live show. Chris, you have stuff to say?
This will be the last time for the night. In case you've gotten sick of it already. You're watching Ladies and Gentledice Special World of Darkness edition. If you're just joining in, well, you've missed it, but you can catch it on potentially YouTube on Monday for a brand new upload. But regularly, our episodes are uploaded. We're aired on Twitch every Sunday at 4 and reruns every Wednesday at 7. And then you can keep up with our shenanigans or find out when our next air date is on Twitter at Gentledice or at Ladies and Gentledice on Instagram. Come join us on Discord. It will be in our link tree, which will be posted in the chat. And if you didn't catch all that, well, that's the last time you're hearing it tonight. But you can hear it again next episode. And once again, this is our first ever live show, Effervescent Illuminations, which was today. And this was our World of Darkness. Thank you for joining us.
Again, thank you so much. Thank you especially to Maya, our guest of the evening. They did such a wonderful job. I absolutely love Rowan. I love Will. I love Jennifer. I love Winifred. You guys all did such an amazing job. Our next, if you guys that are new want to watch our Dungeons and Dragons campaign, our next episode is coming out on June 6th. Sorry, January. We are very far past that. Our next episode will be airing oh my fucking god. I am tired. June 6th. And, if you want to get caught up, again, go to our YouTube and stuff. Anyway, that's all for tonight, folks. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.